Oh gosh, here we go. Welcome back to Phil's Recap and Review, The Walking Dead Season 8, Episode 14. It's still gotta mean something, everybody. The Walking Dead still has to mean something. Coming out here every week talking about this freaking show, it's gotta amount to something, doesn't it? But here we are, back, and by we, I mean me. It's me alone this week. Joe Dirty Locks is fortunately working for himself. I think he purposely is working today, but he will be back for the final 2 weeks of the season to talk about what he thinks of those 2 episodes and what he thinks about this episode as well. But if this is your first time joining us, jump into the live motherfucking chat with some awesome people. Get Centovia Major, Chalkboy Paul, Mel, all of our good friends in the live chat right now, looking to talk about this episode and about a bunch of other silly stuff. So this was an episode of The Walking Dead, but we also have call-in lines. Sorry, I just want to get all this crap out of the way. We got the call-in line if you want to call in and talk, 657-383-1435. Call for a text or voicemail at 781-990-8509. You can also, you can text that number too. I already said that. But I'm not making much sense. I'm not drunk enough. I'm not messed up enough. I'm not angry enough about this episode. But what I am kind of shocked about in this episode is there was a small moment. A small section of this episode when Rick and Morgan were in that room, and we'll talk all about that, whether people think that was a fucked up move by Rick, an asshole move by Rick or not. But that's the point. When Joe and I often talk about what The Walking Dead used to be, the kind of questions it makes you ask. Joe could probably disagree with this, but for me, in that moment when we're sitting there with Rick and Morgan and they're talking to those guys, but you know those guys are going to die somehow, and it all gets flipped around and it all goes to hell and the walkers roll in there. That one little section of this episode, that's what The Walking Dead should be. It's not the moral discussions as we'll get into in this episode. This episode was sandwiched with a lot of boring filler type stuff that didn't really need to exist too much. Walking Dead also fooled me a little bit, or didn't fool me, but fooled Stephanie, and indirectly she convinced me, oh no, that kid Henry's dead. Look, Morgan's seeing visions of him. I'm like, yeah, but... And they kept away from Carol enough so when we got back there, it was an alright disclosure situation. But ultimately, I do have to say, in this episode, I legitimately liked... Except for it being a little heavy-handed to the point that we know that Morgan's leaving, so a lot of it's just kind of set up. But in general, I really liked when Morgan and Rick were together in this episode. That section with them with the Saviors and killing them all, to me, raises more the kind of questions I want for The Walking Dead. More putting yourself in that position, in this world, and seeing Rick and Morgan go excessive, and I have to ask yourself the questions, did they go too far? That sort of stuff, and having the dark comedy in that section as well. There was just something more there at that particular part than any other section of the episode. So the Morgan and Rick stuff was probably the best part of the episode for me. We got Santovia says, I know we bitched about Hilltop last week, but the Saviors are just as bad. Knowing that Eugene used to be with Rick, the Saviors don't post lookouts all around the bullet factory. Good point. Rosita, you blow up the buildings, the machines in Eugene so that Saviors can't salvage shit. The episode was good, says Dew Chronic. We got Ian right there. D in the live chat, the Rick and Morgan show. Big Kev, what's up, man? Hannah also in the live chat. Great to see Hannah. Dew Chronic, Carol found the boy in the same place Sophia was left. God, this was a boring episode. Morgan and Carol show. And Hannah, to what you're saying, it was too. It was also a very boring episode. It was another one of these episodes that did not need to be an hour and 15 minutes long. You're telling me you made this episode an hour and 15 minutes long just so the last 15 minutes of the episode could be the fallout for what happened in the episode. You couldn't have crafted it enough so it was just 1 hour and have the highlight point be the Rick and Morgan stuff, so you end the episode pretty soon after that, so at least it's ending on kind of a strong point. You had to toss in the Daryl and Rosita shit at the end too, where that could have been placed at another point in the season. You're having too many... It's like, okay, we don't have enough time to do things. We need to make these episodes an hour and 15 minutes long because we need to put in more emotional moments where we have characters talking about nothing. There were several moments in this episode where I just zoned out on some character interaction kind of things that just didn't seem necessarily as needed as they needed to be. Even the whole thing with Henry is kind of a jerk off when it came down to it. Nothing really amounted to anything in that as well. Except, oh, Henry's okay. And I mean, it was a good little flip around from the Morgan standpoint. But I don't know. I was underwhelmed by that section. I did enjoy the moment when Morgan comes back and starts wondering if the kid's real. I thought that was comical in a sense. Again, Morgan is the best part of this show this season to me. And yes, it is a little clunky. Someone said that, DJ Better, I believe, said that, and a couple of other people have said that it was a little clunky and Big Sexy said this as well, about how it's being set up for Morgan to leave. It's more than fucking obvious. It's not about the storyline, but the money line. I missed the first 20 minutes, and I feel like I didn't miss much. No, you didn't. The episode was decent to good. And yes, Henry's symbolic to Dwayne and Sophia. They whisper, Ghost, what are you talking about? This podcast is live. It's live. Live. But then we get into the most ridiculous things in the episode, like Jadis. The Jadis and the Negan stuff. Okay. Oh, fuck, dude. Sometimes I wish Joe was here because I don't want to scream my voice out just so soon after just feeling a little bit better from being sick. To just scream my voice out for my insane frustration with that whole section of this fucking episode. Will someone fucking kill this guy right fucking now? I mean, give me a fucking break. Ugh, God. Henry told Morgan sorry, and Morgan said, don't ever be sorry. Carl said sorry to Morgan, and Morgan gave him the same answer. Anyone else thought that Morgan was going to kill Henry? I kind of it would have been an interesting moment if he stopped and attacked him for a second. Okay, Cat, I fucking hear you. So let me play this. Let me shut the fuck up for a second here.
Shut the fuck up, Pam. Shut the fuck up, Pam.
Oh, yes, we got Big Kev in the live motherfucking chat with a super chat donation. How is Jadis' bedroom so nice looking? And what the fuck's up with that helicopter? Where do you think that's from? Whoa. Ow, 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 ow. It's from wherever she said that place is something different. It's from the Dharma Initiative. Yeah, I gotta take a drink, Big Kev. I gotta take a drink. We got DJ Better in the live chat. We got Tom himself. Sean Allen, great to see you. Sean, I felt mixed of this episode. And this, I might be repeating myself for last week or a couple weeks. And this is what's so hard about coming out here for these Walking Dead reviews, because I do feel like a broken record essentially in what I'm saying. I feel like, again, this episode had elements and enough in it that could have made a really good episode of The Walking Dead. There was, I'll say it again, as I said at the beginning, I'll probably say it 1,000 more times, especially as I get buzzed. But ultimately, in the moment when Rick and Morgan kill all those motherfuckers, and that whole section of the episode, I turned to Steph and I said, now this is The Walking fucking Dead. Suddenly something snapped, and from that point in the episode, for me anyways, the show turned into Sylvester Stallone and Over the Top, where it turned its hat around for a second and then decided to actually start to fucking try and give me a little bit closer to what I want out of an episode of The Walking Dead. Some ridiculous sadistic humor, and then when Morgan and Rick after the fact had a moral bullshitty conversation that's so indicative of The Walking Dead right now, it actually mattered because it was about shit that just happened and it was affected in the scene, and talking about like shit we cared about from when Rick first picked him up. You could get away with a little bit of emotional drama because you had this big fucking awesome bloody bloodbath, dark humor kind of moment where they went over the top and they're just sitting there in their room looking around at what they did. And Rick's like, who did I sign myself with in this moment? Or whatever they were thinking, whatever emotions you want to project onto them in the moment. That's what's fucking, at least for me, that's what's good about The Walking Dead. Put myself in those shoes. Put myself in that situation. Make myself judge and jury and actually give a fuck about what's going on screen, or at least be entertained enough to give a fuck about it. Was it different? Is it ever going to reinvent the wheel? No, but just give me more of that kind of stuff, and less all the shit that was surrounding that in this episode. All the conversational pieces that don't necessarily need to happen. Why did Ezekiel need to be in this episode? Why does Ezekiel need to be on this show? They don't know what to fucking do with him. They just have him come out here and go, thou art trying out for summer stock tonight. Thou art here, my lady. I mean, what the flying fuck? But I think it's Megan the helicopter. I think, hell yeah, that scene rock. Rick's real enemy is the bar. I thought Rick lying was dickish. We're going to get into that, Casey. Whether it was a dickish move or not is, again, to my point, it's something we can debate and actually talk about and not talk about how the episode sucked. It's actually a point of actually looking at something and interacting with it and thinking about it from a moral standpoint without it being all heavy-handed. It's actually a thing that happened, and now we have to fucking react to it. Yay, it's a real show. It's almost like this is a real show tonight in that section, and gave us some questions to answer as an audience instead of spoon-feeding us how we should feel about something. And again, that's what I liked about that scene, whereas everything else in the last 2 fucking seasons of this show, it seems like, has been telling you how to feel. This episode had a shit ton of that, too, with Negan in the junkyard. We're going to get to that, where the music, where here he goes again, talking about the fucking music. The music in the Negan in the Jadis scene just told its own story that Negan's not such a bad guy. Okay. Negan's a good guy, okay. Mm-hmm. That, to me, that's what that music was telling me. The light guitar solo music, the Negan's an okay guy. Like, shut my fucking balls up with that crap. And Cattigat says, I felt really sorry for those saviors who helped untie Morgan and Rick. Like, I get it, they're bad guys, but they helped them, you know. I know. It's ultimately in that moment. Well, I'm going to wait to talk about how I felt about that, because I had mixed feelings. The entertainment, bloodthirsty fan of me liked watching it, but from a moral standpoint in the moment, I get where people could have a problem with what Rick did. But then I hear Joe's voice in the back of my head. Joe shows up somewhere right there. He goes, motherfucker. Dude, Phil. They're fucking motherfuckers, Phil. Oh, sorry. Phil. We're fucking, you got to kill them all. Nice to the back of the head. You know, I've known Joe for 20, 30 years. You would think about at this point I would do a better Joe impression, but that's what we have the Walking David for.
Joe Dirtylocks has officially torn you a new asshole. You're welcome.
Okay, so when Rick said, I give you my word, I thought about Daryl killing Mikas. When he did that, I thought about the movie Adventures of Ford Failing, where it's where Andrew Dice Clay and Freddy Krueger get into a fight, and Freddy's got him by gunpoint. He's like, and Andrew Dice is like, let's fight, man to man, mano y mano. Oh, what the fuck? You know, you're afraid to fight me? And then Freddy throws away the gun, and Dice shoots him and goes, man to man, mano y mano. Pfft, what a fucking idiot. What the fuck's mono to mono y mean? What the fuck does mono y mono mean anyway? I believe is the line. Oh, we got Tom himself. Good to see you, buddy. Didn't see you in there, Tom. Yeah, Rick had Crossy's counties. 6 and 7 were back-to-back filler episodes. And I feel like they're trying to balance the morality between Rick and Negan. How did Jadis keep her spot clean? She must have some peroxide hanging out or somewhere around there. Let me go over here so I get the live motherfucking chat on the screen. You can get that over I love the bloodthirsty Rick. Me too, Tom. I actually really like it when it kill all those motherfuckers. DJ, this is why it's good. A bloody action scene that makes the watcher question the morality of it. I'm sure they will ruin it later by talking about it for years to come. DJ, who I have all DJ's comments throughout the episode, along with some of you guys that watched live. Really awesome commentary, as always. And so makes my job easy when I can just copy and paste some awesome comments from you guys. Santovia says, Rick and Morgan went after the escaped saviors to finish it. They planned on killing them. Period. Yeah. And this is the kind of situation that they're in. For good or for bad, it's hard to put yourself really in this situation to be in a world like The Walking Dead and build yourself up and have the sort of conflict you have with the saviors and having to do things like this and go over the top. And me, if I looked at it as me, I wouldn't be able to do fucking shit like that. But Rick and Morgan in that moment and with everything that they faced, I don't know. Again, I hear Joe. I almost need Joe's support for verification and stuff and have some balls. Okay, I think it was a fucking great thing that they did. I would, like, fuck it. I mean, Maybe they could have spared a couple of them or something, but at that point, Rick went there. It's like Santovia said, they went there to finish it, so they finished it. It doesn't matter. Those people made their mistake when they left Hilltop. If they really wanted to live, they should not have left the Hilltop. And I know people are going to be eating my ass for that, but it wasn't a dick move. Yeah, it was a dick move. But you know what? You gotta fight fire with fire sometimes, and it was it's also a dummy move because they should have killed Rick and Morgan on sight too when they see him. It's yeah, we gotta bring Rick the Dick back to Negan. No, bring a dead Rick the Dick back to Negan. Fuck you. Too many people keeping people alive for too long to monologue here. They might as well just grow mustaches and spin them at this point. When everyone has to monologue before you kill somebody, just shoot them. Or Jadis doesn't say anything. It's the reverse situation with her and Negan. Negan got to monologue before she didn't kill him. I was waiting for Negan to kill Simon at the end. If he kills Dwight first, I'm going to be mad. DJ actually pointed out something that makes a lot of sense. Who Negan picked up in the car that he picked up. Duh, he picked up the person that knows that Dwight is the rat. And that's kind of a given. Steven and absolutely DJ. For a second, I was like, who's he picking up? And then I read your comment. I'm like, duh, a doy? Like, of course. No shit. Steve says, everyone would be bitching if they didn't kill them and it led to something bad. Exactly, Steve. Good point there. It'll make for some interesting writing on how Rick's group will deal with future groups, and bad if Rick's at the lead. He's too damaged to be welcoming. What I hope doesn't happen is reading the letter from Carl changes his perspective 100% and force him to go down a rabbit hole of guilt for the things he's done. Either way, though, as DJ said in the chat above, and as I'm kind of repeating over and over again, and I will, because honestly, legitimately, not me making up and taking stuff and going, listen, let me bend over, grab out of my ass, and pull out reasons why this episode wasn't too bad. Oh yeah, there were the cinematography and the music and the acting's really good in this scene. No, fuck all. And this wasn't a great episode of The Walking Dead. No. There's a lot of shit in this. This was another one of these passable episodes like we've had a couple of weeks of this back half of the season, where there's again, I almost call them wasted potential episodes of The Walking Dead, where they have one or two decent scenes, and most time it involves Morgan this season, for whatever it's worth. Excuse me. But all of them have been stuff I've had to kind of reach a little bit. I legitimately would go toe-to-toe with Joe on this one. Legitimately liked the Morgan and Rick in the Savior scene. I thought it was well done, well made, well shot, well acted, and more importantly, created a point of conversation inside me. But more importantly, really pushed me down and got inside me, and I welcomed it. I was like, come on in, it's warm, baby. And I accepted The Walking Dead in for a few seconds, to see what I actually loved about it once. And it gave it to me. It gave it to me for that second. Will it ever give me that? Will it ever be able to fuck me good for 45 minutes straight or for the hour straight? I don't think so. But I will occasionally get a minute or two of some good walking dick there. And I got a little bit of it in this episode because it makes, not even because of all the shit that happened in the scene, just because of the fact it made me give a shit. Hey, you, cat. Oh my fucking God. Excuse me, one more second. Shut the fuck up again, Phil.
Shut the fuck up, Pam.
You. Stop it. Get out, pussy.
Shut the fuck up, Pam.
I know no one wants to hear this shit, but I swear, when you get a cat, you're paying to buy a fucking thing that's going to abuse you for... I've been lucky for like 18 years. I've had this one abusing me. It's constant and I love it. I love things that abuse me. It makes me happy. That's why I keep watching The Walking Dead. They need episodes to move the plot along. You say that about this episode. I wonder what Joe will say. Tom says, yeah, I know. Right now, at some point, Joe is watching this and being like, oh God, Phil, oh, fuck. When Daddy's coming home and I'm not going to be too happy. And they need episodes to move the plot along. Try having kids, Phil. I hate that I got a new cable box, so all the recordings of The Walking Dead are gone. Oh, bummer. At least a lot of them are. See, that's one of the things I'm most too fucked up a story. We had to change the cable box as well a couple months ago when we lost all of our recordings, so I can relate to that, Ghost, more than you fucking know. Yeah, I do under Tom. I can hear Joe somewhere around me. He's like, listen, Phil. You want to know something mean, Gene Okerlund? Phil, you like this episode? You're a stupid fucker, Phil. You're a stupid fucking asshole. Oh my goodness. Oh, mutagen and lots of feeding the cat lots of sandwiches. I've been lucky with that one, Tom. I'm gonna start talking about my cats. What the fucking kind of shit? My previous 2 cats that I had did not live quite as long. This one's just been with me for a long fucking time. He just keeps fucking going with me. Was almost died about a year ago, but then we got him on some medication and he's doing really good. That's what I'm hoping happens with The Walking Dead. Hopefully next year when we get it'll be like my cat with the thyroid medication. A new showrunner will get hooked up on that fucking shit. Sorry. That's me trying to tie in the question into The Walking Dead. That fucking sucks. Phil running pussy away again. Oh, D, that's the story of my life. You can always watch the Phil the Issues Guy recap. They're much better than the show. Thank you, Tom. Can we kill Eugene? Jasmine, I hope it's going in that direction. I really fucking do. Cats are awesome. They're crazy. I love them. Me too. We have 3 of them living in this house all around. It's three cats and a dog. It's insane. When a showrunner fix it. Hopefully it happens, though. That's what I'm saying. We get some points, some moments here and there, so maybe we're going to head into a positive direction. Who knows? So we open with Jadis was relatively solid, but as I'll talk about in a second, it misses some elements. The one thing I was more curious about in the Jadis storyline than anything else is how she timed it out to be able to be there right to catch Negan. And we didn't see any of that. They cut that part out. And I'll talk about this again when I get a little bit more into the recap, but come on, dude. Come on, what the fuck? After a few seasons, you make too much money to keep. And let's see, let's continue here. Open with Jadis solid, but missing. Morgan crazy is awesome, and Carol reacting to him is he can see dead people again. The leading conversation in each area is really slow torture to set up the storylines. Okay, Rick and Carol's check. They care, check. Morgan and Carol sections were shit on a stick. I said, but I like the Rick and Morgan stuff together. Felt like The Walking Dead. Felt like we had real moral choices. Where I talked about this. The trickery with Henry's death was okay. I was not fooled, but Steph was. I'm sure a lot of people were, and that was done relatively well. Okay, so here we go, and let's get into this. No more fucking wasting time. No more weird vocal foreplay as I warm the fuck up tonight to get into this cast as I talk off some of the ass, Harvey Fierstein ass on my throat for being sick. Let's get into this recap. Recap time. Here we go. Okay, so it's time to talk about this fucking episode. I need to make my live motherfucking chat a little bit bigger so I can read what you motherfuckers are saying a little bit better. Let me wipe off some of that Harvey Fierstein ass out of my voice. Okay, turn that shit off. What was I gonna? Sorry, I'm out of breath because I'm not fucking in shape and I'm oh my god, did I just jump around like that? What the fuck is up with that? Holy crap. Suit's good. Phil's looking sharp. Oh, thank you. Why am I wearing this? I don't know. It was fucking mid-laundry day, and this, like, shitty t-shirt was the only thing, and it was too cold, so I needed a jacket. Didn't have a jacket, so I grabbed this. And also went out to a family thing earlier today, so blibbity blah blah. So you guys have to get me looking even more creepy than normal. That was nice. Who's in the car moment at the end, almost like what's in the box? What's in the box? I was gonna say Phil didn't look excited, but after that dance, I'm super excited, Tom. I couldn't wait to get out here. Cadigan says Jadis is actually a likable character when she drops the monotone voice and cleans up the normal clothing. So any ideas how Maggie will die? I wonder who. I'm dressed up to say goodbye to Morgan. I'm dressed up to say, you know what I was gonna try to do? I totally ruined it. I was gonna start this show off about like this. I could do it right now. April Fools. The whole episode sucked. No. I couldn't even do it. I was gonna come out and be like, if this episode completely sucked, I was gonna try to do the April Fool's thing, but it would have been better if we had Joe and Joe pretended to like the episode. Maybe next year. Oh yeah, and happy April Fools, guys! I hated every part of it. No, okay. So then we get the beginning of this episode. Let's see. I just want to check something. Oh, we have a text message. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Says, I actually like this episode. And I couldn't wait to come out here and hear you talk. Can't wait to also hear why Joe hated it and why I'm wrong. Not meaning why I'm wrong, why they're wrong. Meaning like we need to hear what Joe says, just to tell us why we actually hate the episode. Because Joe is always right. Joe is always right. This episode was an April Fool's joke. Good point. Hey, Robo. Hey, welcome, Robo. Great to see you live in the motherfucking chat. Take a shot for Morgan. Let me finish this first drink. I'll take a shot. Of this fucking beer. Yes. Okay. So, one little thing that bothered me, and this is so minor. Probably this is one of those things you're being so nitpicky, little prick, asshole, Phil. But the episode starts, okay? And they do that thing where, and maybe they've been doing this for a while and I didn't notice it, but for some reason I really noticed this tonight. And they do that thing in the episode before where they go, coming up next, new episode of The Walking Dead starts now. And they do the starts now thing. And instead of going into the episode like they normally did, a KFC commercial popped up for like a 15-second KFC commercial that was, and it might have said, before you have a walker bite into some tasty KFC, brought to you by AMC. It was like something to that effect. I think I'm imagining the second half of it, but it was so weird to me, and it might always happen, but it really distracted me, and I'm like, oh, okay. This is like that part in Wade's World. It's like, Phil the Issues Guy show brought to you by Reebok. When I do the issues program, I like to pump up my shoe. Make sure you're watching the issues program in your favorite Reeboks. Do it. Pump it up. I'm D Brown. I don't know. It's so minor, but it so pissed me off. It put me on tilt at the beginning of the episode. I was like, fuck, dude, really? Like, you just said it's coming right on. Could you not lie to me and throw another commercial in? And again, it's so minor, it's so fucking nitpicky, asshole, but it just shows. Remember when you guys were about the art and not the money? No, we're pretty much always about the money. Thank you. Fucking assholes. But I'm hungry now. I was hoping Henry was dead. I really was. Oh my god, that shit's so annoying. Adam says the preview for next week's episode looks like Negan isn't even mad that he disciplines left him for dead. Please no. Yeah, I mean, come on. And that's the problem. No actual checks and balances for real shit in this episode. Jadis kidnaps Negan, goes through all this trouble of kidnapping him. We don't even know how she. Okay, let's get into this fucking crap. So we open up to gunfire, and we see Jadis in the situation with the trash people, and the trash heaps pretending to be dead, and she probably should have just curled up but she instead, like, she goes and like grabs another body. Chalk Boy says, "Oh, that room looks like the room you had at the Marriott that she eventually gets into." Okay, so Jadis is in the trash heap. She pretends to be dead when Simon says, Simon says, "Kill everybody." Kill everybody. And then one savior checks her out and doesn't really do a good job of checking if she's alive or dead. And he checks her, she's alive, and spits on her and talks a little bit of shit and says, This is why you never fuck over the saviors. Listen, bitch. I'm a savior. Don't fuck with me. I'm a savior. Don't fuck with me.
Should have played, lady. Not your game.
You're dead. The survey says you're dead. Fucking guillotine chops off your fucking head. It's a who was back. Yes, the fucking what was back. Sorry. So he spits on her, talks some shit. Then we get a pause, and she gets up, gets her shit together, and takes off her clothes in a very sensible nightie. And then she goes inside, and apparently in the time period she went inside, there was a time jump. I'm sorry. This is where I get into it again with The Walking Dead. Can we have a talk here? Walking Dead, we have to have a talk. Stop trying to do weird time shifts because you're not an intelligent enough show to do it. Just show us. Like, you can cut. It doesn't need to be like super obvious. You could just like show her in the car and like do a quick cut and then cut to grabbing Negan, because you just can't like ignore time. You know, I know you want to. I know you want to ignore simple things like time and how shit happens, but please, this is from me to you. Cause you almost had something here. Jadis isn't a horrible actress. Someone said it earlier. When she drops the trash people stank, the actress herself has a gravitas of some sort. She's compelling to look at on my screen. She's got a Maud Lebowski thing about her going on. You know, I'm not saying if they ever don't ever remake The Big Lebowski. But if they needed to cast someone that was the dude in Maud Lebowski's kid, it could be Jadis. It could be Jadis. I could see it. There's a little thing here. Jadis isn't horrible on my screen when she's not trash people talking. The whole thing was weirdly interesting on some level with the chopper going on in the weird kept room. But then you just cut out the most important fucking thing that I gave a fuck about. Not everyone gave a fuck about, but I wanted to see how she caught up and knew where Negan was and Rick were when they were in their fight, going fight to catch up to them. But they just skip that and they have her like, just, okay, yep, she went and got Negan there. You know, so again, it's this.
You know, how are we gonna explain her catching up to Negan like that?
Well, I got a great idea. What if we just skip that part? We just cut away and they'll have her like walk into the thing and it'll already be after she's got Negan.
That doesn't really make any sense.
But then we're gonna have her take some pictures and have them hold a flare and give them access to burn the pictures, but then she'll freak out about burning the pictures, and the whole thing is like she wants him dead but doesn't really want him to.
Like, what the flying fuck burger cheese steak ass wench crap was that? And who thought it was good? It's not good. Stop. Ah! Make it stop. But too much crying and snot bubbles in this episode. Getting tired of Mopey Morgan too. It's just too much. It's too much touching of each other's insides and shit. I agree. HMW. The saving grace of this episode was the killing everybody part, because it made you feel something for 2 fucking seconds. But all of this is just ass crap. Ugh. Negan will do another lineup. Dwight, Simon will get Lucille maybe, but I want to see another Lucilleing. Eat more sandwiches. It would make more sense then. It's very true, Tom. I have to. Tom says, I totally expect that Jadis will drive into a place where she can draw him naked. Yes, at times this episode was like a Lifetime movie. I would extend that to say at times this half of the season is like a Lifetime movie. And Phil, where's that Big Lebowski cast going on? I know I've been wanting to do it for so long. I've been trying to get a certain friend to do it. I'm almost ready to say fuck it because I'll message him. He'll say, "Oh yeah, I'll be around this weekend," and then I try to message him the day of it to come by, and he's so much the dude, like we call him the dude, that it's hard to get him to come over. Agree to a time to come over because he'll like come over when he wants to, man. So that podcast is going to happen when it happens, man. So it's coming. Call in for Walking Dead questions and stuff are open right now, Jay. We'll take some calls about stuff other than The Walking Dead afterwards. But if you want to call in for some Walking Dead stuff, definitely open. So here we go. So we get a pause, and then someone spits at her. Then we take a pause, and she gets up and gets her shit together, and then she takes some. Gets on the nighty, time skips, and then she grabs Lucille, pretends to be Negan for a second, and gets pumped up and heads out and opens up another pit, and it's Negan who says, "What the shit is going on here?" Well, I mean, seriously, what the shit's going on here? What the shit?
No, really, just tell me what the shit.
Seriously, tell me what the shit is going on here. So we come back up into Hilltop, where we see Carol chopping wood. And an hour later, Ezekiel comes out, and we've been waiting for this. Let's listen to this shit. Listen to this shit. Shit.
And Henry Ollis.
It could be another attack. Maggie needs me here.
You can leave, but you choose not to. Tell me why.
Just go.
You think he's already dead? Is that what you believe? Or can you not allow yourself to believe otherwise? You told me to pretend to make it real until it is so, and you cannot.
It may not be so.
I fear for Henry. You, who I thought were the bravest person I'd met.
Thou art my balls, they sink too low. Hark, angel of the dying sky of Miratau. I see thy maiden fair across my testicle, and then when the hair drips across my ass, it expands inside my knee until I get photosynthesis. Thou art right. Thou art mortal. Thou art a penis?
No. You stopped by cowardice.
Like, what the flying fuck? Okay, more.
It's been over a day. Still not sick. Doc says I'm cool.
So then we get to the most important scene in the episode, the Daryl and Tara scene, where she says she's not sick, and they yet again talk about whether Dwight is on their side or not. Let's listen to a few seconds of this before my head explodes.
You tough son of a bitch.
Daryl, it just means that Dwight shot me with a clean arrow.
Well, it means you got lucky. Could be anything. It's not like a bite. Sometimes nothing happens.
Daryl.
Look, if Dwight knew, could have warned us, could have sent us a message.
Maybe he couldn't.
He let a whole...
Okay, flippy floppy, zippy zoppy, dibbity doppity, motherfucking hoppy, tick tick my dick across my neck. I don't fucking need any of this dirty shit. Sorry, I'm fucking not even good rhymes. Ezekiel-ing right now. My head's stuck in Ezekiel land now. That art now mortal, you miscreants. I want to stick my finger in the socket and burn my balls until they're cheese. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Fuckity fuck. Balls across my fuck. Let's see if Jay, cheer me up. Cheer me up, Jay. What the fuck?
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Hey, what's up? I actually just was wondering, because I remember you said if you didn't like this season, you were like close to like not reviewing on Sundays anymore. So if you had a scale of the season and one side's tipping towards I'm going to keep watching this show, and the other, like another way is tipping towards I'm going to stop reviewing it on every Sunday, which way is the scale leaning right now?
Okay, good question, Jay. Good question. I will say that always awesome to have Jay call in. I would say right now I'm the same place I was before. What it really comes down to is next season 9 part 1, when they have the new showrunner. I would say if I'm tipping anything, I would be slightly more leaning towards not fully recapping this show anymore. Simply because it's the same circle over and over again. There's only so much that we can say about this. There's only so many times. Joe's rants are almost used up. Like, you guys have seen Joe the last couple of weeks. This show is breaking him. I can make up things to pretend to like. Joe can't do this. The show is dead to him. But he cares. He cares about me. And he's going to keep coming every single week. This show is going to kill Joe, okay? So I'm thinking about my best friend's health here. No, but realistically speaking, Jay, we're going to judge it by next season. I'd say we're in the exact same place we were at the beginning of this season. The show has, I'd say, trace amounts of like you got some trace blood in your urine. This show has trace amounts of aptitude this half a season for me. Like, trace amounts that they understand what could be good somewhere down the line, but maybe that's just Morgan, or maybe it's just the Morgan character I like. And when he goes to Fear the Walking Dead, all that will disappear. But a new showrunner's coming in, and we're going to try to judge the show as individualistic to the new showrunner's vision in that first season, to see if it feels different, if they understand a little bit more what Joe and I like, because we don't give a shit about what other people like about The Walking Dead. We want her to make this show for us next season. We hope she's been watching, taking notes, and understanding, specifically Joe's notes, and we could have a rebirth of interest. But if after season 9 part 1 we're both feeling the same way, it's not that we're not going to review it on Sundays. It will just become less of a priority to fully recap the show, and we'll probably be doing it a little bit differently, but we'll still be covering The Walking Dead every week for as long as it's on. I think we're both committed at least to that. It's more whether we're going to have to do it, or if there's other shows. Tonight we would have probably done a live watch of the musical on NBC or something like that. But like, we would have done other things on Sunday nights and maybe do The Walking Dead on Mondays when I don't have a co-host. Like, wait till Monday to do it with David. Something, But that's a long way off. We have a long way before that. But I don't want to kill Joe. If Joe's dying, it has to be on the cam. I agree, and I think Joe and I have talked about that. If Joe's gonna have a heart attack mid rant, that's really good TV or radio or streaming. That's really good streaming. But if that happens to either one of us, it's a positive. We're doing our job. If Joe's dying on cam, we'll have to have Katie. I'll be like, Katie, I know you want to call 911, but could you tilt that camera down, please? Hey, Katie, tilt the camera down. Joe would laugh. But anyways. So let's continue. That's to answer your question. So as of right now, we're the same place we were when we were talking on that Gimple podcast that we did about Gimple leaving. I don't think either of us feel tremendously different. I'd say I'm slightly more positive on this second half of the season. I think it's an improvement from season 6 and season 7 in general. If season 6 was a 2, I'd say season 7 was a 3. Would I feel relief? If they called an end date, I wouldn't feel relief, but I would be happy. Because I would feel like they were doing it because they had a storyline in mind to end it all, and that could be potentially good for fans. Would I be relieved if the show went off the air? Bittersweet, just like everything in life. Like, you hate it, but then 5 minutes after, I'd be a little bit nostalgic for it. And that's the thing, too. Like Joe and I like coming out here every week and bitching about the show. It's something we enjoy doing. I'm half joking about killing Joe. But, like with anything, ultimately, it's not everything and not everyone's like this, but I guess I'm a little like this, that once something's over, no matter how shitty it was I went through, I get a little nostalgic for it. Remember that time I was in the hospital and surgery? The nurses were so nice. I'm nostalgic for that. Oh yeah, it was great. It was such a comforting time when everyone was taking care of me. You know, whatever happens. Oh, high school, that was such a great time. No, it wasn't. It's fucking sucked. So nostalgic for it. Those days back in college was beautiful. Yeah, you mean when you were when you were fucking. But whatever. I was gonna start sharing personal details that no one wants to hear about. But ultimately, anything in the past, I become a little bit like not nostalgic in a hardcore like I want to see it go back to that place. But I feel a little bit of only remembering the good things and not quite as much focus on the bad shit. So I think once The Walking Dead ended, I'd be a little, I miss those days. That was fun. Remember when Joe and I would do those Walking Deads and we did the rants? He's fucking kill. So, yeah. Just give up and get into billions. Ooh, Fran. That sounds yumma. This yumma? It sounds yumma? The word billions just sounds yummy is what I wanted to say, but it came out as, hey man, that sounds yumma. I'm starting to just speak in half a words now. It's zibahada. A couple more years in this podcast when I can barely hold a thought together, I'm just going to be, the podcast will be like this. Hey, man, time to podcast about stuff. Yeah. I love your show. Rick needs to be the bad guy somehow. Carlos, I love you. And I wouldn't be surprised if the shift of next year, when they start shifting Negan into a good direction, if they put Rick into a antagonist position in some episodes. I would not doubt that happening. I was just going to ask if the same holds true for Phil's relationships. Every relationship, every fucking, everything I feel nostalgic for. Doran, that song that Braun was singing, that was a little beautiful, you know? The Sand Snakes, you know? That one was all right. She was all right. See? I could do it. Wasn't that bad, was it? I have watching this recap for 4 weeks, and this recap is more interesting than the fucking Walking Dead itself. Lamont, you're fucking amazing, dude. Huge hug, dude. Embrace the nostalgia and just review the shit out of it. Embrace the dark side, old hippie. Release the Kraken. Do not release the dragon. Spawn. I was going to say dragon splooge, but I stopped myself for some reason. I don't know why. Why are you censoring your own mindset, you asshole? You need to drink more. You need to drink more. Thank you, Lamont. Thank you, Cadigan, and all the new folks and old folks as well, popping on in and joining us for the discussions. I'm sorry. I'm having I took too much Sudafed this weekend moment, so some of my words aren't fully coming out. Something's not fully exiting my body at the correct tempo. And even more so, not that I need help to mispronounce and awkwardly look at the camera. Hi. Oh, you guys listening to the audio cast are really missing this. You're missing something. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can see me awkwardly look at the camera. Sorry. If this show gets as bad as my high school memories, I would be done. The Red Machete needs to be season 9. The show needs to do a montage once in a while. Since I've dropped watching The Walking Dead, I still watch this recap. It's more entertaining. Jay's like, I was starting to go bald. The hair's growing back in my head. I've lost 30 pounds. I feel better. Suddenly, the sunshine smells better. Like I don't know what's going on. Oh, fuck. Okay, lots of people are suffering from dust and pollen. Yeah, it's like a cross between two things. I got a weird fucking head cold. In my everyday life, not my everyday life, my part-time life, I go to sometimes like libraries or daycares and stuff and do silly drum shows for groups, for families. And I went to one and this kid came up and was playing my drum and no shit went, "Ha-choo!" and like sneezed in my face. I'm like, oh, fuck. But in the moment, you know, because I'm like, oh, that's okay. I'm goofy. Something like that. But in the moment, I'm thinking, you little fuck, dude. You got me sick. You got me sick. And, yep. Totally did. Okay, anyways, enough personal babble. No one's to hear it. Everyone wants me to get back to this episode and talk about the Rick and Michonne scene, because Michonne's crying because The Walking Dead misuses her actress, so they just, like, cry, Michonne, and they talk about Rick reading Carl's letter. Let's listen to this.
Do you want to read it?
I don't want to read it. Do you want to read it? I want to read it.
You're going out there.
Yeah, we need food. I'll find some.
What did he write you?
I don't know. I can't.
Wait.
I can't.
You have to. I did it too. When it happened to me.
It's
keep moving to move away from it.
It's coming, Jay. I'm about to do a Game of Thrones podcast that's very personal about like characters and like personal life shit as I associate to different characters in Game of Thrones. So definitely have to deal with some personal bullshit soon, Jay.
Because he wanted you to read it. It is one of the last things he ever did. You're staying.
What are you talking about, sandwiches? I'm blowing one of those. I have one of those candy cigarettes. Remember the ones with that gum that you could blow the smoke out of? That's what I'm using. Blaze up that sandwich. One of my thoughts on this episode, in general, I think it's the shitty cookie on one side. You got some creamy goodness with the Morgan and Rick stuff in the middle, and then you combine that on the other side with more shitty babbling and useless crap. So that's what I think about this episode. I think, again, as almost every decent moment in the Walking Dead episode this season is horribly uneven and unbalanced and wasted potential of what could have been an episode if it was edited a little bit tighter to like a tight 45 minutes instead of this like bullshit 50 minutes mixed with extra commercial breaks and extra emotional moments to make you try to care about people instead of making story make you care about people. It's horrible. I like those better than the chewy candy cigarettes. I like the gum ones with the paper and stuff. Okay, so I got in trouble for candy cigarettes in the 3rd grade. At least she said there's gotta be an after this episode. So this heavy-handed bullshit. I don't feel shit, and she doesn't feel shit. Oh, okay, whatever. We all know by the end of the episode, Rick's gonna read the fucking letter. So then we get Morgan and Carol talking about Henry. In this scene, I'm sorry. You asked if anyone died in this episode, Jay. My fucking giving a shit about Carol died in this episode. Well, so
You don't have to, Morgan.
I do.
You mean Darth Jar Jar?
I was supposed to. See, we're the same. And I was supposed to. And I thought that... Thought I had to. Thought it would be different.
Okay, so...
Morgan.
Oh, wait. This is where it gets really schlocky. Really schlocky. The schlock gets pulled out. The schlock is getting pulled out of the pants. The schlock's getting pulled out of the pants right now. Here we go. Here's some schlock. It's about to get you.
The relay cars are in position.
Oh wait, I think I foreplayed the schlock. I'm sorry. My schlock. Put the schlock back in your pants, Phil. No one wants to see that. No one wants to see that yet. Put it on the wheel. Pull out the schlock on the wheel now. So the schlock's getting pulled out in a second here to this emotional moment when Carol, you saved me. I saved you. Yada yada. Fucking blah 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 bullshit. Tom says, do you think they have shelved scenes? Do I feel nostalgic for Jar Jar Binks? Okay, there's limits to things. Limits to things, Jay. Tom says, do you think they'll have shelved scenes of young Carl that will be used in flashbacks in the future? I'm sure they'll use, yes, I think they're going to use cutscenes from Carl and probably use stuff that's cut from seasons before. You'll see Carl again on the screen. Miss Kaplan caught me at lunch and made me sit with the fifth graders. I was terrified for I love the Rick the bad guy. He needs to be beta mind blown. Carlos, and yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. That section of the episode was the section of the episode I really loved. Seeing Rick make decisions like that and be, some could say, a dick, an asshole or excessive or doing what it takes to legitimately make you question if you do the same in that moment. That's what The Walking Dead is. And they successfully did that to a certain extent in this episode in those scenes. The problem is they couple it with way too much attempted attempted emotion and depth that just shouldn't be there. Just shouldn't be there. It doesn't have to be there. You have a really good special effects team. You shoot things pretty damn well when you do it well. That the death of Jared tonight was, well done Walking Dead death from a disgusting standpoint. Like, goes up there on one of the good pile of disgusting deaths on the show. And within all of that, they put enough padding and insulation, like cotton balls all over this episode to make sure that when that hits on the ground, it's a soft landing. You have emotional depth around there too. Fucking crap. If they can do that with Princess Leia, they can do that for Coral. So we're ever gonna hear the big F-bombs or what? Isn't there supposed to be like 3 F-bombs this season? I heard someone was saying that as well. Someone said that. I want to say someone said that on last week's show, or maybe even Joe was saying that. Was Joe saying that? CGI Coral. So we get Maggie and her number one, whose name I'm refusing to learn, and Rosita and Daryl having a planning session.
What's that?
ammo?
About what we thought. Not enough to fend off another attack of that size.
Well, maybe we don't gotta worry about that no more. At least for now. Maybe going hand to hand's their only option.
You think they're low on ammo?
Well, they must have gone through a whole bunch for getting through them walkers at Sanctuary.
And there's not a lot of places to find more.
Mierda. They have our bullet maker. They can make more.
You think the Sabres have what he'd need to make them?
If they don't, I know where they find it.
So this leads up to eventually the end of the episode when it comes back and they go there. I didn't have necessarily a problem with this section of the episode. It moved it along, got the closeout at the end. Yeah, I wouldn't have minded this being more of a part of the episode. And I don't know whose lunch Daryl pissed in or something like that. But they're skipping whenever he travels from place to place. They're not showing you. They're just, oh yeah, Daryl makes it there safe. Like after they got out of the swamp, yada yada yada, they made it there. It just seems to me that, I don't know, whatever. Not that I care too much about Rosita, but I had no problem with this, and I had no problem coming back at the end. But I think you could have taken away a couple of the emotional conversations to have a little bit more on the road moments, because I think this show is at the best when you have multiple people on the road trying to get to different places, trying to have a simple mission of some sort. Not find a dead kid necessarily, but even within that, the concept of being out there looking for things actually gives you a simple thing to do, so you're just not sitting around emotionally jerking off. And so I wouldn't have minded a little less of the emotional jerking off and a little bit more of watching Daryl and Rosita kind of setting up as they get to the Saviors and start to plan whatever the fuck they're going to do to kill Eugene, which I'm all on board with. Death to Eugene. That's going to make me very, very happy if Eugene dies by the end of the season. Daryl needs to die. Daryl needs to fucking die right now, motherfucker. Negan was getting more done on that board than I do in a day. They want to go hand-to-hand, man-to-man, mano-y-mano. What the fuck's mano-y-mano mean anyway? Negan's strapped to the board. He rolls off, and he's got pictures, torch, and a pistol. We're going to get that in a second. I don't fucking know. Cadogan, yeah, 2 per season. That's what they heard. Jared's death was amazing. I agree. Daryl needed to die a while ago because ultimately he's another one of these characters that they just don't know what to do with. And he's just there to be Daryl. Like, don't kill my Brinky. Daryl dies, we riot. All that shit aside, it felt very choppy. Quick scene here, blah, blah, blah. Quick scene here, blah, 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 blah. They only had the tank back from the prison. Okay, so let's continue here. So we get Maggie and Rosita, and they all do some shit. So then we go back to Trashland, and Negan is talking about how he did not do this. And let's listen to all of this as Negan... At least we saw a different side, a different shade of Negan, a different kind of manipulation. Stephanie was saying that she thought he was actually scared in these moments. I think he was half scared once it thought about burning Lucille because he didn't want to lose Lucille because he has a fucking hard-on for her because, you know, named after his ex-wife and all that. Don't you feel bad for Negan? Meh. But I do think this was all just he knew he could manipulate her from one, because if she didn't kill him already, she doesn't really want to kill him. At least he called her out on that. At least the scene was made aware of that. We were made aware of that in the scene by Negan because he breaks the fourth wall with a lot of his monologues. So why the fuck, like, if she really believes this, or even if she doesn't believe this and Negan's been shaking her down this whole time, why in fucking Mr. Ed's asshole do you let this fucking idiot live? Like, what's the point? I just don't get it. I don't get why you went out of your way to kidnap him, to put him in the middle of a fucking pit and tie him to a tray to have this walker that Rick couldn't kill. And then what are you going to do? I don't even know what her plan was. And then the walker gets brought over on the slab. People in the comment section in the chat can tell me, because I have no fucking clue what was going on in this moment. And then the pictures get brought out, which I get with the last remnants of the people, her people. But why'd she put him next to Negan in the first place and have him hold the flare? I know she was waiting for the helicopter to come, and then when Negan threatened to burn the pictures, she went to jump to stop him and put out the flare right when the helicopter showed up. So that's what was happening there. But why put the pictures next to him in the first place? Because you want to make him feel bad as he dies so he can look at the faces of the people that he killed? Why don't you just show him the pictures, then release your walker in there? Or show him the pictures and then fucking shoot him or cut his neck. Do something. Why the elaborate fucking death? You're not getting off watching it. You're fucking freaking out and hiding your face and losing your shit. You're sitting there listening to his crap. Why the fuck are you listening to his crap? Why the fuck are you letting him talk? Why are you not shoving something up his mouth or gagging him? Why are you listening to him? Why aren't you beating him with that bat? Why isn't that bat already burned? Why the fuck are you doing any of this? And why is your apartment so clean? What is going on? I don't get it, and I don't want to get it. It's just stupid. It's just, you know what it is? Someone said it, and it's in here too. It's Negan's plot armor infecting everyone. His plot armor is like a psychic Pokemon that can get in someone's head and convince them to do what the fuck they want to do. His fucking... His plot armor is Gengar. Or Alakazam. That's a ghost. Is Alakazam. It's just fucking bad. And the chopper, I get who to, and who's get to the fucking chopper. The chopper is our fucking people for next season or something like that. Whatever our next storyline is. It's another one of those little dips into next season. And that's another reason why Negan couldn't die, because he needed to connect with her at the end, and I'll be back for you and we'll figure out all this shit. It's just clunky and stupid and a waste of my fucking time. Okay? What? Just so we can see Negan listen to Negan monologue? Is that the whole point? Is this the point for lines like this?
Holy hell happened here?
What the fucking this? For this.
I smell it. That's what that fire's about. That salt. Burning it away. I told you, people are a resource. I don't throw resources like that away. I got a lot of confidence that most people can be put on the right path. My path. I wouldn't have killed all your people. Oh, that was the work of someone not following the program. But this This is my mistake. I'll own this. I took a chance on someone, thought I was doing the right thing, and all I did was punch.
You should have said the plot armor was Mewtwo, one of the most powerful, or Mew or something like that. I just wanted to pick a psychic Pokemon. I know someone's gonna call me on my shit, especially because I said ghost Pokemon first. What kind of asshole am I? If Jadis had raped him while got my full attention, is that Joe speaking? Patricia says she should have raped him. He should have gone all Sean Bean right there. Like it's just it gets ridiculous, and it continues. There's more. There's more. There's fucking more. Tell me more.
Punch myself in the dick.
What was that again?
Whatever the holy. Punch myself in the dick.
Oh yes, I purposely just had that one line there because this is how I feel about when I'm watching this episode sometimes.
Punch myself in the dick.
Oh, but then it keeps going. There's more great one-liners here.
For this, I really am. I'm sorry that you lost all you had, but I know in some way I can help get it back.
Oh my fucking God. Kill this fucker right now. Shut him the fuck up. And what is with that guitar solo? What is with the fucking, like, Carlos Santana guitar sounds in the background there? I mean, like, or whatever, the John Mayer guitar, like, like, I want to, like, what the flying fuck burger is going on here? Like, I need to do it. I need to take out the guitar right now and start playing along with this podcast, just so I can make you all like me. You know, that's what I need to do. I need to start playing along with the podcast, just so you all love me. That's what I'm gonna do. So okay, so back to Trashland. Negan is talking and doing some more talking, and the sounds is. And then the guitar is just playing. It's playing in the background. It's so beautiful. It's so wonderful. Sorry, everybody. Okay. So he's just so sorry. It's just that Negan's not that bad of a guy. Don't worry, Negan's not that bad of a guy. Don't worry, everybody. The podcast is a happy podcast. I'm a nice guy. Don't worry. Joe and I are happy hippies. No, sorry about that. Okay, so we go back to Trashland, and then and it's a confusing time jump with Jadis, but at least I'm interested, I said here. So let's read what some of the people said here. Corey Mitchell says, did she just rip a hole in the space-time continuum with a chainsaw to escape around the corner where no one could see her to assume the position of the dead guy? Corey Mitchell also said, not pointing out the obvious, but the Saviors had her front and center, point-blank range with automatic weapons 3 feet fucking way, and is Jadis in position of the One Ring to rule them all? Is she jumping into the darkness? And holy shit. Okay, confusing with time jumps in Jadis, but I'm interested, says DJ Better here. And here we go with more Do We Trust Daryl discussions. Maybe this blah blah blibbity blah 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 blue blue. Like seeing Jadis look normal. Damn, it would have been epic if Jadis would have had and Lucille on Negan. The war would still go on with Simon at the helm, and at least it would be an exciting kind of moment. And I don't really play guitar, Jay. I can kind of fool it. I know a few chords and stuff, but I'm more of a drummer. This is my my cousin Craig, who we've been recording some music lately. Has his guitar here. I can kind of fake it a little bit, like. So Carolyn Morgan talk some shit. Sorry. I'm gonna embarrass myself a few more times tonight. So Carolyn Morgan talk some shit. Let me turn that down because it's probably too loud. Carolyn Morgan talks some stupid shit. This was the scene I was talking about earlier. When the schlock comes out, they pull it out. They pull the schlock out all over your balls here. And I did a long voicemail that I don't know if it all went through, but what's good live motherfucking chat. We got Broke who left a voicemail. I'll play that in a second. Let's listen to Carolyn Morgan's boring bullshit here for a second.
It makes sense they'd stay near the road they'd take to get there. 50-50 chance. They'd be...
What is it?
Turnip. They were on the side of the road.
Henry? Henry!
Okay, so Carol and Morgan go off looking for Henry. Morgan sees visions of Henry dancing in his heads like Lily Pop. visions of Henry's dance in my head. As let me put this guitar down. Guitar, go down on the ground before I hurt you. Let me put this down right there before I hurt it. I don't want to break the guitar. Phil, you need a strobe light and a smoke machine. I definitely do. I've been thinking about how to do such things. If I go like this. No, I can't do it. I gotta get like a black light in here and something for some of the jammier parts. What's up, everybody? Let's play Broke's message now before we go any further. Let's see what Broke Blackman 94 says about this episode. And it definitely got 3 minutes of your talk, Broke. And I'll play some guitar accompaniment with Broke.
Hey, Phil, Broke Blackman 94 here. For starters, yeah, I like the episode. I know you probably hated it, or at least enjoyed it now. But when you do the "What Does Joe Think" podcast of it, you're probably gonna hate it. So either way it goes, I still enjoyed the episode. Like, there were certain things I was like, okay, what the hell is up with Walking Dead writers? You build up the great character of Carol ever since the loss of her daughter and shit, but it's funny how back in season 2, when her daughter went missing and thing, you wanted people to help her out, you know, you got to help.
Gotta help.
King E asks you to help freaking look for the idiot Henry, and you're like, no. Like, it's not consistent there, Walking Dead writers. It's like, for that, I don't know who should be the dumbass of the week, like freaking Carol, or freaking should be the writer of the damn show. But at least later on, she was like, okay, I will go. But it was not to even like freaking look for Henry. It was really just to look out freaking for Morgan. But like, seriously, his plot armor is...
Love you, DJ. See you very soon. That's a terrible place to leave a guitar. Yes, it is, Paul, which is why I moved it really quick.
But like, seriously, his plot armor is just so crazy to the point that how does the character himself know he has plot armor? Like, are characters supposed to know they have plot armor or not? Because, like, seriously, in the real world, if I was a freaking savior and I keep on hearing this dude keep on saying, I will not die, I will not die, I would really just shot him in the head. I don't care how good of a Christian I am. I really would have shot him in the head. I don't have to even be a savior at that point. I could be on Rick's crew and just really just shot him in the head at that point. But, like, I don't know. It kind of sounds like I'm hating on the show, though, but it was still, like, freaking entertaining. But, like, did they really just do a reverse Noah there?
But that's the thing, Broke. It's even in an episode where I kind of agree with you that I'm not as down on this episode, and I agree. When I talk to Joe, I'll probably be more down on it because Joe has that effect on people. It's kind of hard to disagree with him when he's in full Joe mode. But I liked enough about this episode, but there's still so much shit in it. Like, even a decent episode of The Walking Dead is filled with so much schlock right now. So much crap. So much of the so much of the Negan's not really bad. It's okay. Remember, I named my bat after my dead wife. Let's ignore that I kill people. But I only kill one person at a time. Because I live by a code. I'm alright. I'm alright. My name is Negan. Fuck you in the balls. I am alright. Did I mention you can fuck me in the balls? You fucked my balls once. I fuck them twice. Oh yeah, I'm shaving my head cause I got some lice. I said it's Negan. Negan. Sorry, that was awful. But I have the guitar, I can't help but play awfully. But yeah, it's just there's so much the plot armor's thick. The plot armor's thick, but not his dick. His Negan balls hang low. I say my man is Negan, fuck you in the balls. I'm not even drunk, this is the problem. Okay, Brooke, I'm going to play the rest of your message, and I'm going to get to shutting the fuck up.
Like how Noah was to Glenn was like, hey, don't let go. But in here, with that douchebag savior dude, he was like, let go, and then he got devoured. But it wasn't the same gore and graphic thing as Walking Dead used to been known for. So it's like, what's up to tone down the violence and thing? But like, surprisingly, like Rosita, she's getting a little bit more interesting, My hatred for her is like lessened because how everyone was like, hey, they don't have the more bullets. She was the smart one in the room to be like, idiot. They got Eugene. He can make more bullets. So
yeah, she's the smart one in the room now. Broke. It means she's gonna die soon. She's just, once you get too smart on The Walking Dead, it's like dead girl walking.
I don't know. Maybe they're making her more smart now because like Baby Judith could like just came in the room and been like idiots. Remember Eugene? Then an episode could have been given like an A+ from them, but because of that, it's still an okay episode there. But killing Eugene at this point, I doubt it. Because if Jada's with her, bad cosplay representation of freaking Negan, like seriously, you got the bat. You could have just leaned into a dick joke. You could have been great for Walker Stalker.com, but you couldn't. God damn it. But if Jada's gonna kill Negan, I really don't know what's the point for the Carl death at this point. You really had to see her say we could have lived after this damn war, but then freaking like Rick kills him. Jada still hasn't freaking killed Negan. At this point, like, why did you kill Carl? That's all I gotta say.
Good message by Broke. Some really awesome points there. And Negan's got plot armor all in his bowels. We got the latest queen. Everyone say ha-ho. No, everyone in the live motherfucking chat, great to see you. And Broke, so many amazing points there. And again, I think you and I feel very similar about this episode. And there's just so many stupid points that keep it from being good. Instead, at times it's just you're almost making excuses like, yeah, it was okay. I mean, I actually like this thing that happened. It's okay to like parts of The Walking Dead, but it's unfortunate that they don't have the fortitude to make a full awesome episode. So it's like, I love how Broke starts out by saying he likes the episode, but then by the end you're naming all these fucking shits, and it's all those shits exist. Like, it's you shit all over the house, but it's still a nice house sometimes, Okay, so we continue, and Carol and Morgan have some, like, ridiculous conversations that no one gives a fuck about.
You know what it is.
Oh, Ghost
You were
Henry.
supposed to.
Woohoo! This is Ghost Henry.
Not here. He's not here.
Ghost Henry visits you at night.
You are not here.
Yeah, I'm here. I am here.
You were supposed to be there. You weren't. You were. He's dead. You know he is.
He shouldn't be there.
I didn't come out here to look for him.
Why did you come out there then, Carol? Tell me why you came out here. Oh my goodness, it's gonna get so emotional. I came out here for you.
Yeah, I've seen it. You save people. I've seen it again and again. But you can't save the dead, Carol.
You're not dead.
I know. Not me. I don't die. I just see it.
And I highly apologize for killing music again. I've been doing that more lately, where I abuse music for my pleasure. So thank you for humoring me there, everybody. Red Machete got better episodes. It's okay to like Glee and Lost, but fuck, it's still fucking shit. Casper the Henry Ghost, the Victor Ghost there is. How are they making bullets? No, seriously, how? Those machines are heavy duty, lots of electricity. Like, how are they doing this? It's a good question. Well, I say the intellectual stimulation of the negative power, you put pi over the square root of -1, and then if you put that inside a Sega Genesis, and then you multiply that plus the pizza pouch of Batman's Ninja Turtle balls, if you do that inside the negative power of 38, you get the bullet making station.
if you were in the same level as me, Eugene, if you were on the same level as me, you wouldn't be able to understand such things.
So I think that's how he's the who's a what's it switch has gone on the gobbledygook. So Carol says some shit. They said some shit. Then Rick in his eyes are trying to read the letter, but he just can't do it. And this is actually a funny scene. I don't know if it was supposed to be played funny, but it came off very funny to me. Where it's suddenly let me see if I can do this thing. So suddenly they like have the video. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can actually zoom at the same time on the screen. Like I wonder if I can. Let's see if I have the power to do it. Then we zoom it in. It's like zoom in on Rick. Bum bum bum. Zoom in on the letter. Dun dun dun. The letter. Dun dun dun. Like, will Rick read the letter next time on The Walking Dead? Poor episode again. Nothing happened. I can't argue too much with you in the sense that I liked 10% of this episode. 10% of this episode I thought was, what I love about The Walking Dead. The other 90% was dog shit. Same old, same old. Repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Hey kids, Big Ben, Parliament.
Get your shit, buddy. Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy. Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy. Don't have to worry, get your shit, buddy, tonight.
Okay. So then Rick's on his eyes. He's trying to read a letter, and it goes zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, tab in, slot B, tab A into slot B, into poopy caca TT. And this beer right here that I got, I don't know if it's going to be good, but I got it simply because the bottle looks like a flask. It looks like some weird old medicine goo. So I don't know if the beer is going to be good or not, but I needed to get it because of the bottle. So we'll see it. Let's see if Baby got his bottle. Let's see if Baby likes his bottle or Baby hates it. Baby don't like his bottle no more. Fuck him. Fuck Phil. I'm here for Betty. Yeah, fuck Phil. I'm here for this fucking cat. Come on, come here. Come here, Betty. Tom wants you. Hey, Tom. Tom, he's trying to eat. He's like, fuck you, Tom, you fucking motherfucker. Let me go. I don't want to be on the show. I was ready for him to attack my face right there. I just ripped him away from food. He's like, you motherfucker, don't fuck with me. Now he wants to get out. He's like, I'm leaving. If Negan had an Iron Man suit next episode, I'd be entertained as fuck. This is bad. This is bad, dude. This is bad. Don't do this to me. This is bad. Yeah, okay, so probably more expensive to ship it. Let's see. Let's go. So, Rick in his eyes are trying to read the letter. He says fuck it, and he leaves there. Yeah, the beer isn't as good as the bottle. Azora, hi. Sorry I'm late. Lobsters are psychic, Phil. Also, who's in the helicopter? Psychic lobster. I don't know who's in the helicopter. Our plot for next season is in the helicopter, is what I would say. If I was to guess, if I was to say it in such terms, let's say our plot for next season. So then we get Rick talking to the nice savior about where the saviors went, and he's like, I told Maggie everything. I told Maggie everything. I don't need to tell you shit, Rick. I don't need to tell you dog shit, VD.
Sanctuary's our best guess. It's pretty much our only guess. There'd been some talk about trying to get out, but it was just talk, nothing specific. Thinking they had plans, giving them too much credit, and they saw an opening and they took it.
Well, if it was you, how'd you get back there? You're on foot, there's probably someone injured. Maybe you need a place to hole up and figure things out.
There's no dive bar 3 miles off Edge Hill Parkway. Some of them took me there once in one of my...
Okay, Rich, what did you watch? You just have to listen to me play guitar? I'm sorry. That was horrible.
Here and there, but the chances that actually... Hey. I don't know if this is any...
Yeah, cat again. I'm lucky as fuck. Had that cat for 18 years. I wouldn't even know how to deal. Like my cat is now the legal age, so Tom can do anything he wants with him, her, or whatever. Tom, Betty's old enough to make his own decisions. So if you want to go out with Betty, I can't stop her from having some having some drinks with you. Apulia, I thought I saw Jadis wave at the helicopter. She must know them. I agree. It connects to, like, someone said something to Jadis earlier in the season. What is this place? This place seems it's not what it seems, or something to that effect. So I think there is something to do with that's an outpost for the Dharma Initiative or something like that. And that's going to connect later. Yeah, Betty's still going. So, okay, so anyways, so we talked to Nice Savior. Let's listen to a few more minutes of Nice Savior here.
If you happen to find them.
I know, K-Rich, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. There's more. If you happen to find them.
And when it went bad last night, they made a choice. It was the wrong choice. Some of them probably hasn't hit them yet. You could show them. By bringing them back, you could do that.
Yeah, I could.
I'm not going to. I could. See, some part of me found this sadistically funny, especially in retrospect, listening back to it and with what it eventually ends up happening, the vibe. It cracks me up. So let me see. I want to see something. What's this guy? Oh, Tom says, I missed a call from Tom. I don't know if I can take the call the way I have Discord set up right now, Tom. But let me see if I can set it up so you can call in on, and I might call you back on Discord. Let me see. If I put it on the other computer, I might be able to do it. Let's see. Let's see if I can do this shit, Tom. Get you in the show here at the end. That would be something if we get a phone call from Tom. Okay. So we get Rick and this dude. I don't even know. What's Nice Savior's name? Anyone in the live chat? No. And every time they talk, I think soap opera. Fucking exactly. Every time they talk, it turns into 90210. And I'm sorry. If I want to watch soap opera writing, I'll watch shows that do it 5 billion times better than they do it. The Walking Dead is not good at dialogue writing. It's decent at displaying action and showing you consequences of the action. When they have to rely on the dialogue and the way that the directors direct the actors to do dialogue, it's almost at times Star Wars prequel levels, where you know these people are good actresses. You know Natalie Portman's a good actress, but Lucas can't direct her to get a good performance out of her because he doesn't know how to talk to actors. And when he had Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher, they were self-starting actors, and Mark Hamill kind of got the push off them and whatever. So it wasn't really as much of an issue, and they had a real director in the middle there in the second movie. So it. And Lucas cared probably a little bit more back then too. At the end, he's like, "No, Portman, act over there." But we know that Natalie Portman's a good actress. We know Lauren Cohan, or I think she's a pretty good actress. I think Andrew Lincoln's a good actress. I know Denai's a great actress. Like, I know all of them are really good at what they do. It's just when they have the dialogue and are directed this way, in the way they give dialogue, with the way they deliver the dialogue, and they're not motivating the emotion in the moment, and it just sounds like they're reading off of a teleprompter on a shitty General Hospital kind of show at times. I couldn't agree with you more in the soap opera comment. It's so fucking true. Do 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 do, starring Andrew Lincoln and Norman Reedus as Daryl. Introducing Ezekiel. Introducing this guy as Ezekiel. Thou art mortal, but sorry. Georgie is besties with Spielberg. Should have gotten his buddy to direct those prequels. Excellent point, Jay. I would have loved to see what those prequel movies, even though they wouldn't necessarily been perfect, but I would have loved to see what they would have looked like with Spielberg directing them. Great point. As much as Lucas is an idea guy, is a basic idea guy. He's not a dialogue guy, and he's not a actors guy. You know, they on Indies and on the early Star Wars movies, there was this other guy, I'm blanking on his name, that like punched up dialogue for them too. He didn't work on some of the later projects, but he's a great idea guy. Like, come up with the thought, come up with the initial plan, have other people direct it. It's not your talent. Spielberg is freaking one of the best directors and so many great movies. It's just, even if the story isn't perfect, you know the movie's going to be directed well with Spielberg. So yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know the actors are going to give good performances and it's going to be fun. Okay. So blubbity motherfucker blah, blah. The echo is mesmerizing. Sorry, I had to go the 90210 route. And Luke Perry. Okay, so yeah, Rick, are you gonna kill them all? No, of course not. Liar. Comments at this point. Shockboy says Rick's got his killing coat and his pimp walk. Someone's gonna die. Rick's got just kill Negan already. So then we get more of Negan and Jadis.
Hey, let's talk about this. I had nothing to do with this.
So she comes out here, and this is where it gets a little weird. Negan, he has a flare, and he keeps talking, and she leaves him with a gun and picks, and she's almost hypnotized. Like, he keeps saying, come back, and eventually she just kind of gets hypnotized by him or something. Like, that's the only explanation I can have, that his bullshit somehow hypnotizes her. Because...
That little fire you're gonna start with my girl. And let me tell you, I pulled my punch. Trying to hit old Mr. 90 degrees there. But whatever you're doing...
Can someone please tell me that she just doesn't have a gun? Did I not see a gun? Does she not have a bullet or an axe or something that she can just throw through him and kill him? Why is she letting him talk to her? Why is she letting him corrupt her ears? Why? Motherfucker, why? Like, I don't understand it. I cannot conceptualize it. I'm hearing Joe screaming out. I'm hearing voices are screaming above me, losing my mind. I am turning into Madeline Kahn from Clue here for a second. I can't do it anymore. What is happening here? Why is this going on? I get it now that I'm listening back and talking to it with you guys in the live motherfucking chat. I'm getting kind of what happened in the scene. You know, I understand it. You know, I understand the order of events. I missed like this kind of conversational point between Negan and Jadis where she started to burn whatever and he was going to burn the pictures. But why put him in that fucking position in the first fucking place? I just want to fucking break something. I'm sorry. I don't get it. It's just spinning wheels bullshit. Bullshit. Bully bullshit. What if you had done this a little differently and maybe have him break out of there and kill the walker the same as Rick does or something, have her try to kill him, and I don't know how you could do it. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like having characters that are this unkillable when they should be killed or when they should be stopped, or I don't get the point. So a couple of episodes ago, you have Rick, and you have Rick ultimately get to a point where he has him in his line of fire, but because he wastes bullets earlier in the scene, because Negan's psychic Mewtwo powers, Pokemon ability of his plot armor infects Rick and makes him waste a bunch of bullets so that Rick's the only person in the zombie apocalypse that runs out of bullets. No, again, in this episode, you got another line. He's the only one that even mentions running out of fucking bullets, and he does it like several times over the last couple of episodes. So Negan infects that person and then somehow does weird hypnotizing double speak to Jadis and convinces her to let him go eventually. Fuck! I gotta drink more. I don't get it, and I don't like it. Tim, I will say overall had some issues, but I think you're going to like one scene in particular. Because Negan is a witch. He casts spells as a Puya. Oh, this is where it gets a little weird, Phil. Just a little weird. It gets a little weird. Who said I had nothing to do with this, Negan? Troll ass writers. Jadis pretty easygoing for someone who lives in a box. Do you think they kept the show bad because we all spent more time hating on it, we would be loving it? Are they smart? Are they really smart? Jadis didn't want to kill Negan because that's not her character. But how many times could she have killed Rick, but she didn't? She could have killed Simon, but she didn't. She says people are a resource as well. Okay, Broke. I buy that. Excuse me. But then why did she pick him up? Why did she bring him there? Just to make him feel bad and scare him? To make him aware of what his own people did? Did she know he wasn't there? I don't get the... If she didn't bring him there to kill him, or maybe she did, but then didn't have the balls to do it, so she wanted to have the Walker do it himself. Again, I get that, but then just let it happen. Rick is someone she fucked over. And she knew it. Rick had a friendship, so she didn't want to kill him because he wasn't the person betraying him. Negan or Negan's people have killed all of her folks. She picked him up because she felt like even if he wasn't the one who ordered it, his people, his vibe, he's responsible. He deserves to suffer some consequences for this. And I thought that it was a little... It could have gone an interesting direction with her picking him up. If all of this ends up with Negan getting killed by someone that outside the main storyline. It isn't Rick. It isn't Maggie. It's fucking Jadis because he fucking screwed over too many people back and forth and Simon got him killed. Holy fucking shit sticks. Gonna die this time. And then he just dies like that off screen. Does The Walking Dead... If Jadis kills Negan in this episode fucking 14 of the season, not the mid-season finale, not anything, just randomly at the end of this episode, Jadis goes, enough talking. Psh, dead. You know, that was the topper of this episode. Do you think people would be talking about The Walking Dead? Do you think The Walking Dead would move that needle a little bit? Walking Dead gets balls again, kills Negan, ends Negan's storyline with a big bang. And then the following episodes are cleaning up the saviors, cleaning up the rest of the saviors as we proceed into our next storyline. Ending at a shocking, out-of-place way. I'm not saying I like Jadis or I don't want to see the conclusion. Then you deal with all of them having to find dead Negan and deal with where that anger goes. And then you have actual emotion that you can go off there where they have all this frustration, but they can't actually get the revenge that they want because Negan's already fucking gone. So then how do you treat the rest of the saviors when Negan's really out of the picture? That's actual drama. I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I'm no smarty pants. But it just seems like this could have been done a little bit better if you were to go to the trouble of bringing back Jadis in this moment. But instead, it's just an obvious clunky way to introduce Negan to the chopper so he knows about that. So later on, when that all connects next season into the next season's storyline, Negan is useful to Rick and the group because he actually knows what's going on to a certain extent, or he can feign that he knows what's going on. And it's just fucking clunky as a dog shit potato to me. Jadis could have at least injured Negan. Come on. Brilliant, Phil. Jadis killing Negan, a plot character killing the main antagonist. It just would have been shocking and really come out of nowhere and been fun. I would have liked it. I would have fucking liked it. I thought Jadis was on Negan's side. She betrayed Negan for the group. She was like triple agents. She kept going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. She didn't want to use the Walker to kill Negan because when Negan asked, you're going to kill me using that on me, she said, no, I'm guessing it had something to do with the helicopter. That she thought her friends would do it, and or she would use Negan with association of having the chopper come down, and yeah, it had to do with maybe that he was going to be the flare, and maybe the chopper would land on him or something like that. That might have been fun. Walking Dead had balls to kill Carl and nothing changed. No one knew that shit was coming yet. We were saying the show is okay, not good or bad. We have to face the facts. This is The Walking Dead. Tom says they're building up Simon to kill him off in the end of the season and let Negan live. with not so much hate. Santovio, for someone who's no big city lawyer, that I'm no big city lawyer, but I may have come up with an interesting proposal. Thank you, Santovia. I can never forget my big city lawyer thing. The Negan and Jadis interactions were strange. They were strange, and they were acted really strange between both actors. Not bad necessarily. I like some of the color choices from an acting standpoint we got with Negan in this episode. He didn't have the same cadence through the whole episode, and I like that. I like seeing a little bit more of Jeffrey D. Morgan's acting ability, even if I'm not in love with his character. He had a couple of moments in this episode that I was like, okay, he's a good actor. So Negan and Jadis have the flair, whatever. So DJ said at this point, "Oh, Morgan, my heart is breaking because you were an awesome character on an awesome show, and yet this writing is making us all crazy. Here's to you, Morgan. Here's to you, Morgan." Totally confused on the photos, gun, and flair that Negan has. Corey says, "We're going to tie Negan up. Then we're going to have the sharks with lasers attached to their head while they..." The show really reminds me of World War One. Negan and Jadis interactions were strange. Callback jokes are always welcome. Red Machete happened.
I'm no big city lawyer, but I think Santovio Major wins an award tonight for being a funny ass motherfucker.
So we go back and on the road with Carol and Morgan, and they're looking for Walker, or they're looking for Henry, and they find Henry's stick in the stomach of a walker.
Trail goes straight through. We could lose it.
And then sad music plays, which I have trouble caring too much about now, considering the fate, but sad music plays, and the kid that nobody cares about, the pig-headed little bastard,
We could lose more than the trail.
is gone. How can we deal with this? How can we deal with this emotional
Morgan.
stuff? Henry. Henry, you dumbass.
Stick.
His stick.
It's Henry's.
Okay, so they find his stick. Sad music plays. The kid no one cares is dead. She stops him. We get a close-up of Morgan, some cool angles. But Carol's got to try. We just get 10 pounds of melodrama here. I wrote my notes. We all know William, this kid is going to be found. But I found you saved me. We come back and we get on Carol's face. Then we get into these close-up face shots again. These... Like, come on. Leave it. Again, I feel like I'm talking to my dog. Leave it. Just please leave it. I love you. I love you. It's fucking awful, dude. And yeah, I want to remove that. Sorry. It was bad. So Carol, 10 pounds of melodrama. I can come back. Carol's face, cool. Then we get a cool walker, and she says, "Oh yeah." She rolls in the. We get back to Jadis and Negan. I'm sorry, I lost track here. And we get back to Jadis and Negan. She screams, "Leave the pictures alone!" And leave my pictures alone.
I figured they meant something to you. Especially considering this is it, right? I mean, it's not like you can just pop around the corner and order yourself some prints. So I'm gonna ask you one more time.
I was like, did he say Prince? It's not like you can go across the corner and order yourself some prints. And he's like, oh no, prints, photo prints.
I figured they meant something to you. Especially considering this is it, right? I mean, it's not like you can just pop around the corner and order yourself some prints. So I'm gonna ask you one more time. What the shit? Hey, this is how you kill people? With that thing? Slowly?
No. People are a resource. Move the flare away.
Please. They're all I have left. They're all this place has left. You took my world, everything. You took away me.
Lamont says, let's face it, the show is now programming to the lowest common denominator. More fans feel the opposite about the show than the few of us who feel like it's Forrest Gump logic. Johnny, I sure was a smart lady. Wait, what am I saying? I'm sorry. I was running. You ain't got no legs, Lieutenant Dan. Sorry. I'm sorry. Anyone says Forrest Gump, I suddenly jump into like 10 Forrest Gump lines. I can't help myself. But you're so right, dude.
My wife's name was Lucille. She got me.
Okay, here's where we get
I didn't give her shit.
a little bit of the Negan backstory, and I almost want to pull out the guitar again. And this is where let's all feel bad. Let's all start the pity party. Everyone get together. Get together. It's time for the pity party. Let's do it. Pity party. Everyone get sit at your seats. There's name tags at the table. Put it up. Put them on. We'll be serving pity in a few seconds here. Here it comes. Here comes the pity.
She got me through.
Oh wait, well, here's some more pity. Sorry.
Regular life. The bat got me through this. So I named it after her. That's it. Nothing more to do with her than that. But it is the last little piece of her that I got left. Sort of like these snaps for you, huh?
Yes.
He's such a relatable guy. So then Medlem breaks out here for a second. Negan talks some shit, and then Negan talks about Lucille, why he named the bat. We get the music that means let's all feel okay about Negan right now. He's all right. Then beep 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 happens, which brings the walker over, and he goes after the flare quick to burn the pics, and a wrestling match happens, and he puts out the flare. The flare goes out, and she freaks out and runs away and goes after another flare, but the chopper stops, looks down for a second, and then heads off. She comes back after the chopper goes away, and
No, don't.
And she's gonna burn the bat.
I didn't burn your pictures. I didn't do it. I wouldn't. That is all I have left.
And yes, the Forrest Gump thing. It's little Forrest probably does, and that's why he sees dead people.
You burned her, and all you have is ashes.
No, I get to hurt.
If you ever want a really fucked up thing, check out the Forrest Gump book. The book that Forrest Gump is based on. It's a lot fucking different. Like a lot fucking different. It's sick. It's fucking sick. Forrest is more animal than human.
I didn't do it. I can settle it. I swear on my sack, I will. I can settle it. Okay? Okay?
Anyone else need a hug? I need a hug, okay? Like, after that scene, God fucking damn it. So, okay, so what else can I say about that? There's nothing else to say about it. He smiles when it's all done. You can read many things into that smile. One, relief that he's not going to die in that moment. I took it as she bought all this bullshit. I'm full of shit. Or he's assessing that chopper is a situation he needs to take advantage of, so he needs to change his tact with her. Whatever. Either way, it's a manipulation tactic, and everything comes out of his mouth is fucking bullshit. Yep, Lamont. Everyone say that. I agree with that, and that's how I read the end of Forrest Gump too. It's a tragedy at the end. Tragedy. Tragedy. Yeah, Jenny, that's what Jenny died. She had a disease, and they definitely made the love. And young Forrest, well, whatever. You can read the end of Forrest Gump any way you want, but that's how I read the end of Forrest Gump. I read it as a very sad ending to that movie. So, fuck Hollywood chicken shit and adaptations. I just need to know that Tara is okay at all times, says Paul Q. So people are like, spoiler alert for Forrest Gump, Phil. Come on. So then we get Rick waiting at a tree for Morgan, and Morgan comes up and is about to kill him. This is kind of a funny moment, and which starts the best part of the episode.
Morgan.
Yeah, how can Negan settle it? All her people are dead. She bought his lies. She bought his lies 150%, dude. And I can't believe that she did. And again, I can keep screaming about this, but this was by far the worst aspect of this episode. And in the thing that makes the least sense to me. And I just do understand what Broke said. There is a history of her not being able to kill people. She had a clear shot on Rick when she probably should have killed him in the right context, knowing that he would want revenge on her. And she's definitely someone that believes in life, and she said that a couple of times. I just don't get the point of all of this then, other than to have Negan see the chopper, and it's just choppy, obvious bullshit. Yeah, I spoiled the 3-hour movie. I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole, the world's biggest asshole, la la. Yeah, and I heard Jenny didn't really die. She went on to be president eventually. So, after escaping the, but she'll never find true love again, and because her lover died by a rodent of unusual size. Okay, so enough rabbit hole searching. People are like, what the fuck are you talking about now? Anyways, so Jadis plus Negan equals weird sex in a junkyard. Mike, I don't know about that, Mike. Maybe Survivor on Wednesdays. More realistic. So right now we get a glamour shot of the two of them since Morgan this is Morgan and Rick's last adventure together. So then they come across, but the thing about Forrest Gump, it's not about the conclusion, it's about the journey. It's about the journey. They come across some body parts and Rick gets tackled. DJ said at this point, okay, helicopter, huh? Come on, Jadis, what the fuck? Why didn't you do it? So is Morgan going to die in the show and then have more backstory of his on Fear? No, I think he's going to leave and meet up with the Fear people, because people can quote me if I'm wrong, because I do not watch Fear the Walking Dead, but I'm pretty sure that the timelines are matched up now. So I think Morgan is going to leave at the end of the season, not die, and go join the people in Fear the Walking Dead. I could be wrong and he could die and then it's in the past, but I'm seeming to get the vibe that there's going to be some sort of crossover on the episode, on the end of the Walking Dead episode, the season finale, that leads into the next episode, which is why they're doing it in the movie theater and doing that crossover thing. We're going to see someone from Fear the Walking Dead on at the end of the Walking Dead, which connects with Morgan, which leads into the beginning of the premiere of the Fear the Walking Dead. So I think the timelines are synced. Rolocump. You got, well, I wish I had boat sex in the audio clips right now. I wish I had some. I'm in the mood to play some boat sex right now. So let's continue here in this motherfucking thing. And thank you to everybody. We got a few more subscribers this evening, and fucking so basically in this whole Negan and Jada situation, we're all really in a bad position right now, and we're really just,
hey, you just got fucked by the truth.
We got fucked by the truth. Thank you, David. You got the Walking David, the bodiless Walking David in here. fucking shit. And this is what Negan was saying to Jadis.
Well, look at you. I can feel you inside me right now.
So exactly, Negan, he can feel us inside of him right now. Fucking Negan is fucking disgusting. You fucking asshole. And of course, 101 we get in this situation. If you're curious about what the fuck's wrong with this shit, so we go back in on Rick waking up And some folks, again, they don't kill Rick or don't kill Morgan. They just let them sit there.
Fuck logic.
Exactly, David. One more time about this one.
Fuck logic.
You know, let's face the facts about me and you. I love that. Okay, so we go back. Okay. So we go back in on Rick waking up, and we hear some folks talking, and they talk. Talk. And I actually, again, really like this scene. This is the part of the episode that was my favorite section of the episode. So let's listen to a little bit of this crap. Or before we get into this crap, I see we got Jay on the line that's been holding for a while. So let's get Jay on the line quickly before we get into the good part of the episode. So, Jay, welcome back. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, I got 4 things I want to cover.
Do it.
Before you, just to let you know so you don't hang up too soon.
Okay, do it.
1, why would someone have to die on this show to go to Fear the Walking Dead? Like, it's not like they shoot these shows at the same time, and Fear the Walking Dead is before The Walking Dead, so you could technically have any of these characters link it, and I don't get why you would have to kill them. 2, I thought Jadis was already on Negan's side because when, they had that little war and, they were going to attack together, Jadis took the other side, and, what were the other 2 things?
For your first thing, while you're thinking about it, the Morgan thing, I would say that I don't know if they were gonna just so the actor doesn't want to work on both shows at once, so it doesn't fuck up his focus or whatever. But I do think it's just a crossover. I agree with you. I don't think it's going to die. And as for the Jadis situation with Negan, she has gone back and forth 3 or 4 different times, dude. She goes on his side, then she goes on Rick's side, then she goes on his side, then goes on Rick's side, and then in this situation, Negan had, or what she knows, the Saviors killed all of her people. That dude Simon went in there and murdered everybody. So she's pissed at him. So it kind of set them up against each other again.
Okay.
Do you remember the other things yet?
I was just but I'll call back in if I remember them.
Awesome. Definitely do. Talk to you soon.
I don't remember the other 2 things.
All good, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. So Jay will call back in a few if he has anything else to share on that one. But let's continue. There's a time jump in season 4. Morgan needs a vacation as well. This guy's going to be shooting on 2 shows for a whole year. Morgan is not dying, you guys. I don't think Morgan's dying either. I think Morgan is, again, they're doing a crossover, and Morgan is going to survive. Morgan ain't going anywhere. So, okay, so then we come back in. Dick Savior is talking some dick shit.
Out of the forest and still. Maybe.
Morgan, please don't make me do her 2 shows. Please don't. I don't want to get too overpaid for it. I'm oppressed. Don't do it to me. Oh, I'm poor. Oh, God, I'm a poor motherfucker. Oh, I should have done that in a British accent, Mike. Bloody fuck! Don't make me. No, I can't do a British accent. It's just gonna sound like all my accents eventually just sound like bad Jamaican accents. Eventually, I am down by the beach.
Do it in time.
Yeah, maybe we did. Maybe they don't look so hot because we hacked off part of them. We're not just gonna leave them here.
Hello, dead people. And I like this, okay? And Rick and Morgan just kind of watch this the whole time.
Of course you are. Pack it up, boys. We're ditching the dead weight and moving on. This is a loose end sort of thing. That's it. It's gonna be better for you, better for us.
Wait! My truck's not far. We can get him to the Hilltops doctor. He could come back with us.
So here's where Rick gets into his
You all could.
Tactics.
You didn't want this.
You made a split-second choice, and you chose wrong, but it's not too late.
It's not too late. And he starts trying to convince him.
We'll give you a fresh start. A chance to become part of our community, to become one of us. I'm giving you my word. There's not a lot that's worth much these days, but a man's word It's gotta mean something, right?
And I like that this dude, that the Dick Savior.
You asshats aren't dumb enough to believe it.
We can hear him out.
What, you want to hear him out? Dude, this idiot Savior guy, he's the only one talking sense.
There isn't time for that. There's a herd out there. Close, probably headed this way. You're all gonna need to make a choice. And it's gonna have to be now.
Wake up, everybody! There isn't any herd. There isn't any deal waiting back at Hilltop. You think these asswipes came here to save us?
Fuck logic.
They came here for blood. Hell, this one strangled one of his own guys to death with his own hands.
His own hands.
All Rick is saying here is a steaming pile of bullshit.
No, you're right.
Oh, this is Jared. Thank you. Thank you.
I came here to do what I was supposed to.
Morgan. I love Morgan. I love Morgan. See, this is where we get into kind of the dark comedy of it all, and I like this moment with Morgan, and I like how he's so direct about it. He just doesn't give a fuck. He's like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna kill you.
Ask one of you.
Thanks, buddy. I'm gonna kill.
Save your bullets because you're gonna need them.
Yeah, save your bullets because you're gonna need them. So they weren't really lying about the horde coming. So then the horde starts coming in. What ends up happening here? So Rick is saying everything Rick is saying is a steaming pile of bullshit. So
I heard it is coming.
But
Maybe to hear the moans.
but you were not following Rick's steaming pile of bullshit, but you listen to Negan's.
Maybe they'll just stumble in through the open walls, but they are coming.
I love this too.
And then after when you're just torn skin and
So, and I'm going to play the rest of this because it's fucking awesome. I'm going to bash The Walking Dead when it's shit. I'm going to fucking bash it. I've been bashing it for, I don't know how long I've been on here. Over 2 hours. Holy shit. I've been bashing the show for a long time. I love this scene. I love this scene. I love listening back again. I'm like almost drunk too. So right as I'm starting to get drunk right now, it's coming to this best part of the scene and I'm starting to feel good. Uncle Phil's ketchup couch is coming up. I'm like, sit on my lap, Walking Dead. You feel good. Let me squirt some ketchup on you and taste you. It's like, this is The Walking Dead at its best right here in this scene. This sort of dark comedy. Rick giving you that sly as Rick is a gray character that will, I'm not talking about our beards. Like, he will go any direction he needs to do to protect himself when he put up against the wall and protect what he believes. To bite someone's face off. Excuse me, we've seen this shit like what he did in the liquor store many seasons ago. I think it was back in season 4. So I love these moments. I've said it 20 times, and I said it earlier that I'm going to say it probably 50. This is The Walking fucking Dead. Or what, for me. Some people might like the over melodramatic emotional monologues on rinse and repeat. Some people might like putting their genitals in cheese graters. Some people might like that. I am not one to tell people what they like and what they don't like. All I can do is dictate my opinions about things. And this is awesome.
Teeth and blood, when you're nothing but the stuff that they didn't eat. Well, that'll be a damn shame. Because there won't be a single one of you left for me to kill.
We're done. Let's dump them and bounce. I want a sandwich.
See, it doesn't change. It never changes.
Never changes.
And I don't die.
And I don't die, mother.
Nobody dies, because everybody turns.
King Kong don't have shit on me. I love it. I love it.
Everybody turn!
You kill him, you ruin our chances from getting back to Hilltop.
Oh, and then what could make this scene? What could make that scene even better? What could elevate it to the next level? Holy shit, we're The Walking Dead. Let's have the zombies actually make a difference. Not to our heroes, of course. Rick and Morgan are never in any danger. You know, they can maneuver through fields of zombies with the greatest of ease. Like, there's no problems here. But oh my goodness. So one of the saviors wants to.
Surrounded. Yes, we've already killed you.
And then they start talking shit while the walkers are coming in. We've already killed you. One of the saviors wants a sandwich. I said something. He said, one of the guys said, I just want a sandwich. But anyways, they're just sitting there. It's great. Oh, God, it's great. So one of the saviors wants a sandwich. Morgan yells, goes nuts, gets stopped. Here comes the walkers heading in, and it's on now. This is The Walking Dead. Prickface gets killed, or seemingly gets killed, but he comes back later. Morgan gets his stick after some saviors untie them, and Rick gets a gun. Rick almost gets bit, but just kind of shrugs it off. He's almost out of bullets, or he says he's almost out of bullets, and he stands behind the saviors. And Morgan and him look at each other, and then fucking yes, they kill them all. Dumbasses, they completely clear the room. And Morgan comes around the other room, and he looks around, and then and he sees fucking Ghost Henry again. And then somehow this voice comes out and says this.
Henry really makes me hate kids.
Yep. Henry really makes me hate kids too. And but it ends up being the savior guy, and they get into a fight, and it turns into an amazing death scene where Morgan kind of holds this guy on the other side of a fence or something. What it was, like on the other side of a. So he gets there, kicks him and watches him, and then he holds him so he can't get away. And the dude's like, let me go. And Morgan's holding on to him while the other side of his body is getting ripped apart. It's very graphic, very classic Walking Dead in that moment. And I said it in my notes right here, and I'll say it again one last time. Everything that is cool about The Walking Dead was that scene in that segment right there. Yeah, it's fucking cool. So Rick goes to it's true. I'm gonna play it one more time too at the end. So then Rick goes and talks to the one last guy who Rick has his what was it, commando moment. Remember, I thought you said you'd kill me last. I lied. We have this moment.
Too weak to take on this herd alone.
I lied.
He doesn't even let the guy get it out. Rick's just like, dude.
I lied.
I lied. No, we could have lived. Okay, I wonder what he said.
After this.
I mean, I guess the best thing to say about this is,
dude, it's only wrong when you take time to think about it. Come on.
Yeah, so this was a really good thing that Rick did. So he walks away, and he's feeling the weight, and he's with crazy Morgan, who is just, enjoying this not enjoying the situation, but just like, in full crazy clear mode. And Rick almost has an oh shit moment that's basically, yeah, Carl wouldn't approve. So then him and Rick have a moment, which is probably the first real emotional shit that happened on the show that I gave a fuck about. And listen to a few seconds of this.
I would have died. Maybe on that street. Right in front of your house. You didn't know me.
Cadigan. Killing it in the live chat.
Why'd you do it?
Why'd you do it? Why'd you do it?
We should go. Just tell me.
Just tell me. Why'd you do it?
Why'd you save me? You had your son there.
No.
You did.
I know.
Why'd you save me? Why?
Because
I just shit my
son
pants.
was there.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so then they have a conversation that, whatever. I can't listen back to it, but it wasn't horrible comparatively to some of the other conversations we have. And this is one of those moments where Joe would he'd be like, Phil, was it really? Was it really? No, it wasn't. So Atari Dad said at this point, killing them is one thing, but gaining their trust and killing them, that's kind of a dick move. Casey Atheist says, I also thought it was kind of dickish. And I agree, I think it was dickish, but it's cool to kind of examine that. Chalkboy says, stupid not to kill Rick and Morgan from the get-go. Stupid should hurt. Mel said, Rick's moral compass isn't exactly pointing due north. And DJ said, a man's word isn't worth shit in this world. Weak argument, Rick. And it was kind of unbelievable that he and Morgan got captured. Okay, I actually thought Rick was going to save the Saviors. Kind of shocked. Pretty cold and brutal. I liked it. I am completely followed DJ's mindset there as she's writing down her thoughts as it goes. And I feel the same way about that. Pretty cold, pretty brutal. I like it. I did. I liked it. It was horrible. I don't watch The Walking Dead to feel fuzzy feelings. I watch The Walking Dead to be like, fuck, dude. Would I do that in this world to save my life? Or, what would I do in that moment? And for the first time in almost 2 seasons, I asked myself that question. So, yep. I'll shit on it when I want to shit on it, and we got another fucking 15 minutes of shit because they could have ended the episode on that high note, but no. We get an aerial view of Negan walking over to Jadis with some nice music and some Negan and Jadis talk where more. Do I have to get the guitar out again?
You should know that. You want to tell me what the hell happened here?
JC said this episode had some of the worst editing of the season. I said this in a comment section to somebody, and I'll repeat it that the production team that works in special effects and makes the visual show, and the actors, for the most part, 95% of the actors, they all do a pretty decent job. The writing team and the editing team fuck the whole fucking pooch, dude. They fuck the whole fucking pooch up its balls. Right in the balls, as Negan would say. Holy shit. Patricia, thank you so much. Patricia, thank you. Patricia. Who the fuck? Gracias. Patricia, thank you so much for the super chat donation. That means so much. Fucking amazing. Let me move the fucking drink so I can spin the wheel for you. And anytime we're lucky enough to have anyone make a super chat donation, we like to spin the wheel. So let me get the fucking music going and spin the wheel. You get the music, yeah.
Grab your sword and shield. It's a stolen horse is real.
Wow, for that you have won a review or commentary or video of your choice. So please message me privately. You can see my email in the description box below. igotissuesman@gmail.com. Email me there, or if you're direct message me on Twitter, if we're connected there, on Facebook, one of the places. Let me know anything you want me to review. That is what you have won for your super chat donation. So it could be anything, like anything you want me to watch, and I'll do one review. And if you want it to be a live watch, I can do that. Or if you want it to be a actual podcast or a pre-recorded video, specify what you would like. Sometimes it may take a while to do it, but I will get it done. So you get it. You get it. You touch it. Any show you want. Okay. Don't listen to Broke trying to manipulate. It's your choice. But yeah, think about it a little bit and message me anytime. Like I said, it might take a little while, but we will do it. Okay. So let's continue. We get an aerial view of Negan walking over to Jadis. And again, some nice music as Negan tells you he's a nice guy.
What that was all about. Come with me, follow a new path.
Your path?
The offer stands. I'll swing by again sometime. Who knows? Maybe you'll want to share.
He's a really nice guy. Okay, so that's all that shit. Negan's a nice guy. Don't you know? Don't you know, everybody? Negan's awesome. So then we get Carol, and she finds Henry's shoulder pad, but Henry's alive, and she goes in, and what could have, again, probably been a dramatic moment if somehow Carol and Henry both die. I'm not condoning deaths of characters here, but we have too many characters that you don't know what to do with, and Carol is just suffering, and with Henry
really makes me hate kids.
Sorry, David. I'm playing music over your comment. And as David said before, and we'll say again right now,
Henry really makes me hate kids.
Henry really makes me hate kids. So kill him. But no. So Carol finds him, and everything's all right. She's happy she was wrong. It's emotional. It makes me sick. I don't like it.
I'm so sorry.
So we cut over to Jerry, who's like, Your Majesty, call the banners. Dude, I love Jerry. Jerry's that indiscriminate, like, random character that doesn't do much, that it's hard to hate, and eventually they're going to do too much with him and make me hate him. But for now, while he's that background character and kind of cool, I kind of like Jerry. But eventually, so Henry's alive, Carol's happy, it's a happy reunion, and even I don't care, but whatever, everyone's happy. So, DJ said at this point, what, Jadis, you let him go? Are you freaking kidding me? Lame. No, Carol, you weren't wrong. He wouldn't have survived all this wasted screen time saving a kid we all hate. Ugh. Mel said, nice to see that Carol keeps her earrings on in the apocalypse. Big Sexy said, I thought Carol was going to get bitten in rescuing that boy. Shake my head. And Paul said, I hope the same thing, Big. So then we come back for Carol and Ezekiel, because Ezekiel is such a important character to the storyline that it's so good that we keep checking in with Ezekiel.
You were right. I was afraid.
Yeah, you were. I saw it. But you weren't no coward.
I had a daughter.
Wait. Oh, what? We're going to mention a character we care about?
After I lost her,
Okay, blah, 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 blah. Sophia gets a shout out. Yippee. I zoned out. I honestly, no shit, I wrote my notes in this point. I zoned out. So then we go back to Morgan and Rick are back, and Morgan goes up to Henry and like feels him to make sure he's real. The scene kind of got me to laugh. And it was the only scene in the episode, again, that made me feel anything. I almost got slightly emotional in this moment, just from Morgan's standpoint, because I could relate to the way Morgan was feeling in that moment when you're kind of falling down that fucking puddle of shit and being like, are you real? Is this real right now? And so I can definitely understand. And Lenny James did a great job kind of bringing you in there. And I've said it a bunch of times. He's definitely a highlight of this season. And he's doing some good shit. So he says, I'm sorry. He touches him and he goes off. So Rick heads in and looks at the shithead. I mean, looks what? Oh shit! I'm sorry. No, Rick comes in and looks at that shithead guy. I mean, the nice savior who was flirting with Maggie, number 2, and he goes off. Then we go to Morgan crying. Then we go to Jadis and her beautifully kept pod. I haven't really gone off on that. Like, what's up with the pod? Like, what's up with it being so clean? Like, how does she keep it clean? She lives in a junkyard. Does she have cleaning supplies? I know that seems minor, but what the hell's going on with that? So I am a major psychopath, Paul. So she packs a suitcase and all and heads to bed. Looks confused. So we go off to, holy shit, Sean. Thank you so much, Sean. We go off to Negan. Sean gets a spin of the wheel. Sean, who's one of our awesome commenters, and the support you guys give in the live chat. You guys have no idea how much that matters and how much that keeps me going to be able to keep paying for, like audio hosting and all the shit that comes with posting a podcast and doing a lot of fucking amazing shit. So you guys are amazing. I know I say it a lot, but never enough. And you got bite of a sandwich. Poor me. I have to take a bite of a sandwich, Sean. Ugh. Fucking hell. I'm going to give another spin the wheel. 2 men and no leave. I love these super chat donations. And the other one leaves into everyone drink. Everybody drink. Oh, no, that was, what's that? It says, oh, yeah, everyone drink. Everyone drink. Holy shit. You guys, the super chat tonight are unbelievable. I appreciate that support so fucking much. And as I always say, if you want to find different ways to help us out, you can find in the description box below all the ways you can help the channel out, or our t-shirts and shit like that if you're interested in that sort of stuff too. So check that all in the description box below. Blibbity blubbity motherfucker. Okay, enough of that. Let me make some fart noises. I promoted my... One more wheel just because the super chat's amazing. Toast to everybody, wherever you are. Toast that drink. And I got another bite of a sandwich. So I owe you 2 bites of a fucking sandwich. Let's hurry up and get through this episode so I can start to wrap things up. This is obviously going a little bit longer than normal. Isn't it funny? Wouldn't it make sense that it would go longer if I wasn't alone? If it was 2 people? But no, I end up going a lot longer when it's just by myself. No one's here to shut me up. Or I don't see Joe dying and be like, dude, make this end. I don't want to talk about this show anymore. Okay, so he pulls open the door and says hi and gets the car. And he stops, sees someone, goes, oh, wow, you look like shit. Get in the car and drives off. The car pulls up to the gates and it's Negan, bitches. He's back and he's got lots of surprises to roll out. Then we cut to Daryl and Rosita, who are spying on Eugene's thing, and they're going to do it. They're going to kill Eugene, kill them all. Then Rick looks in the mirror, and I love that funny shot that we got earlier in the episode with Rick and Morgan, where Rick's next to a broken mirror and he looks in to reflect how they're all broken. Very subtle, Walking Dead. Very subtle with your mirror breaking fucking symbolism, you dumb shits. Like, we need some symbolism. It'd be a really clever symbolism if we had a Rick next to a broken mirror to symbolize how Morgan's broken. That's genius, isn't it? And how they're all broken. I think that's fucking genius. I know, I owe 2 bites of sandwiches. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for helping me do this. Again, you don't understand how much it really does help me do this. Don't you hate it when the doors slam because of the wind, but in the back of your mind, it's not the wind, it's a ghost or some fucking other horrible. Santovia Major! Everyone smash that like button. I love you, Phil. I love you, Santovia. Thank you so much for your constant support for so many years. You're one of the ones that have been around since almost since the beginning of us doing this shit. So before there was a live motherfucking chat and when there was comment section and shit too. So thank you so much, Santovia. Thank you for the support. Thank you to everybody. Spin of the wheel. Spin of the wheel. Such an amazing show tonight for you guys in the live chat. You've just kept me fucking entertained, and thank you. Both take shots, so Joe's not with us, so he's not here to take a shot. I don't have shot alcohol, but I will take a big hardcore guzzle of this beer in a second. So thank you so much for those super chats. How's it always land on drink? How's it always land on drink? I have the wheel fixed, Tom. You know it's true. Ooh. So then Rick looks in the mirror, he gets the letter, and he reads it. Him and Michonne have some weird conversation where he tells her he loves her in a really weird way. Let's listen to the way Rick says he loves you here. Where is it? Say it, Rick.
It's for Eugene to turn. You don't have to be.
I love you.
I love you. I love you.
I love you too.
It does suck to drink alone, but I'm never drinking alone when I'm doing these live motherfucking chats with you guys. So it allows me to be that weird guy that's drinking alone in his bedroom, but is not really alone, or in my mom's basement. I keep forgetting we're in my mom's basement. That's where we are. So, yeah, he loves her too. And that's the end of the episode. Next episode looks like, or DJ said, take out Eugene totally. Clearly, Negan's car passenger is the one that knows Dwight is a traitor. Dun, dun, dun. Next week, it looks like Dwight's going to be fucked up. He has to hear Negan's whistle. Negan's got a plan. Rick and Simon is in the episode too. It's Simon's endgame. All next week on The Walking Dead. We made it. We fucking made it through this episode, everybody. You all made it. It's not jerking off if you're sexting. Then it's a group activity. It is. The end. We're done. Excuse me. This podcast has been brought to you by Getting Me Drunk. So thank you so much to all the people in the live motherfucking chat that got me drunk. You guys are amazing. Let's see. What the fuck can we do? Can we do? Oh shit. Let's see. Can we do? Oh fuck. What's going on? What's going on? Let's see if we can do this. What's going on? It's ringing. It's ringing. I would, Tom, but AMC is fucking notorious motherfuckers. Oh, I just tried to call Tom, and he didn't answer. That's what that sound was. Sorry for the weird sounds. I was trying to call Tom to get him on the air here, but no. And Tom, I would play the sneak peek for next week, but AMC's are cocksuckers on this, and they'd end up flagging the video for some douchebag shit. Oh yeah, let's see. Tom, welcome to the call. What's going on, buddy? Can you hear me? I don't know. Oh wait.
Fucking lagging.
Oh, there, you're fucking lagging. Yeah, I'm not sure. This is the first time I've tried to do with a Discord call, but I just wanted to get your voice on at least one show, motherfucker. Good to have you here, dude. So yeah, Discord's being a douchebag, so I disconnected there, but at least we got Tom's voice on there for 3 seconds there. So yeah, we got 2 more weeks of The Walking Dead. Next week, Joe will be back for the final 2 weeks. I do not think we're going to be going to the movie theater on finale evening. I still haven't gotten tickets yet, and it might be too late. Or if we do go, we might be in like the front row or something. But potentially, Joe and I will be out next week for the normal show. There's a small chance that season finale night, Joe and I will be at a bar from my phone, or right outside the movie theater from my phone, for like a quicker recap of the season finale from the movie theater. But I don't think that's actually going to happen. So more than likely, the next 2 weeks will be same as usual with both Joe and I. I will try to get a what did Joe think this week. But this week is a little weirdly hectic for me. I got a couple of other things lined up, but we will try to get a what did Joe think. But if not, we'll get what Joe thought about this episode at the beginning of next week's podcast. But I will try to hook up with Joe for a what did Joe think. But also got this month's patron cast coming up. I might be joining someone else on another channel to talk about some Con of Thrones shit as well. If anyone's going out to there, I'll be on a couple of panels and joining some people, and I've got an announcement for that coming out pretty soon. I'll be able to give a little bit more details about which panels exactly I'm going to be on for anyone that's going to be out there and wants to listen to me babble in person and be like, oh fuck, I like this guy a lot better when he's in a computer screen. Get this guy away from me. But no, it's going to be a lot of fun. And also got a couple of more Game of Thrones podcasts coming up very soon as well. And yeah, Drunk Joe, please. I'm hoping. It's tough to get Joe drunk. Yo, Phil, Tom P, dropping in the show to show some love. Probably don't remember me. Second time I've been able to catch you live. Usually work, but I love your show. Keep it up. Tom P, thank you so much for popping on in here. Awesome to be able to have you in the live chat. You earn a spin of the fucking wheel. There you go. And I also owe you guys in the live motherfucking chat. Some holy shit, Tom. You also got review commentary of your choice. Tom, please email me at igotissuesman@gmail.com. You can find the email in the description box below. Let me know what your review is. Like I said, some of them might be really quick, really short, might take a while, but I will get them done. I'm still owe someone a review on the Sopranos season finale from last season of Game of Thrones that I got to talk about. I have that. I have an anime I have to do. I have to do Gotham season 4 review for Broke, and Patricia and you both get picks on that one. And I know this princess is trying to get me to want to review like Honey Boo Boo or something like that. But there you go. Some fucking super chat motherfuckers. And I need to take a couple of bites of sandwiches. So let me play some music while we do that. So anyone that's here just for The Walking Dead, now is the time to disappear. Not now. Now's the time to disappear. I'm going to be ending pretty soon anyway, but here is a little bit of music while I eat some sandwiches. And the show that I'm reviewing, the anime, is called Gungrave. It's for someone named Derek. Oh, yes. I did not take that yet, Jay. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. So before we go here, let's play Jay's message. Oh, we have 2 messages right now. Let's listen to Jay's first, and then we'll listen to area code 215.
Oh yeah. Well, I think people still talked about the show. I mean, you're still doing a recap of it. I mean, it's just maybe now the people who are talking about how bad it is or whatever. And there's still new people who like pick up the show every day. And from the rerun. And it's in the Netflix and watching on Netflix. So I think I still think it's a real well talked about show. So if you want to do your part into taking away from that, you should stop this recap.
Stop it.
That would be your way of trying to
fighting
make
the
the
system.
show better.
Fighting the system back, telling them that I will take no more by stopping recapping the show. Good point, Jay. Good point. So let's listen to this area code 215.
Dude, in Howard Stern's Private Parts, they talk about how people that hate him will watch the show longer than people that actually like him. So do you think AMC is just genius because they just keep the show shitty because everyone will just keep watching it and hating on this rather than if we actually liked it?
That is a interesting point. And there you go. There are your 2 bites of a sandwich. Whoa, as I got a fucking head rush from the sandwich. Sandwich meat is good. And I'm getting clumsier with my disappearing sandwiches there. I don't give a fuck. Legal in my state, motherfuckers. But I'm in the comfort of my house. I'm getting like really slow. It's like, why am I even doing it at this point? Like, why am I even doing it? It's almost just out of habit now, like a habitual habit to like turn off the camera and shit. Big cock sounds dirty coming out of your mouth for some reason. But anyways, everybody, thank you so much for joining. AMC could be brilliant doing this, and that's kind of goes what Jay was saying in the message. Your 2 messages kind of combine, where what Jay was saying is, yeah, maybe this is all a tactic by AMC to keep people walking, keep people watching and talking about The Walking Dead. It is fucking possible. Paul Q, that's Paul Q. Thank you so much for the message, Paul. So everybody, if you've enjoyed this podcast live stream, what the fuck? Callie, good to see you, Callie. If you enjoyed this goofy silliness, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Share the channel with a friend. Help push us. We're very close to 12,000 subs. And if you know anybody that might like what we do, keep pushing us. We'd love to keep growing and keep going. And to all of you guys in the live chat, Atari, Paul, Duchronic, Cattigat, Callie, Tom himself. All you motherfuckers, Gungrave is weird. Maybe. So everybody, thank you so much. I'll talk to you guys next week. But I'll be back before next week. Talk to you guys in a couple of days.